What is up, everybody? It's your boy Lex, and today on the episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about Chip and Dale. We're going to be talking about Firestarter. We're going to be talking about the Puerto Rican movie, El Karaoke. We're also going to have a special guest. All this on the best geek podcast in the motherfucking multiverse. It's the After School Club. So what's up, fellas? How's everybody doing today?
What? Huh?
Who?
What? I didn't catch that. I'm fucking deaf. After the
I know, right? Chacho, yo tengo los earbuds hoy, so es como cantar.
Yo, my fingers slipped, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I hit the spoiler, motherfucker!"
I'm fucking bleeding from the ears here, Pacino.
You brought it back with that one, man.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, how's everybody doing in this lovely day?
I'm
Good, man.
bro.
It's good.
We're pretty good, yeah.
All right, so
We're getting older. We're losing eyesight, and you're fucking with our hearing. So I mean, we're going
right
places. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Old son, knees are buckling and everything, yo.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we got a couple things to talk about. At the it's cool that we got at least 3 movies that debuted this week. Some of us saw some of them, ORENGO got to see El Karaoke.
No. You got to see El Karaoke.
No.
Gotta get the little.
Bro, get it correct. El Karaoke. You get it correct. You need the mic, son. You need the mic for that one, man.
Beautiful.
At the but ORENGO got to see Chip and
Dale.
Yeah, Chip and Dale. ORENGO see Chip and Dale. You saw Firestarter.
You went to go see strippers?
No.
Yeah,
Chip
so
and Dale.
He was involved in the Magic Mike, bro. You didn't see his picture with the little bow tie, bro?
ORENGO was on stage doing this.
With the COVID mask. Fucking COVID mask.
Oh, yeah. It's a deal.
All right. We don't need the visual. All right, go ahead.
All right, so yeah. First off, we got some clips today. We upgraded a little bit, so let's go into Firestarter. We're gonna play a clip, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about it.
Surrender.
Charlie?
Daddy?
No one gets hurt.
Let her go. Do you feel that? Let her go or it's gonna get a lot worse.
Where's Mommy?
She has no aim without sight if she's like the rest of us.
Where's my wife?
Where's Mommy?
All right, so first off, seeing the clip, I saw the clip today. I really didn't see the original. I saw bits and pieces of the original. So seeing fucking blood coming out of his fucking eyes and seeing the other guy talk about she's like us, I thought this little girl was the only one with fucking powers in this movie.
No, that's the twist. That's the twist.
So you spoiled.
No, that's okay. That's not the twist in the movie. That's the twist to this remake. That's what they changed in this remake. It's revealed early on. I felt like the way they go about explaining is actually like in the intro credits of like how this guy and his wife have powers or whatever. Like they don't really explain it. They just say that they're gifted and blah blah blah. But I don't know why. Like as the credits were rolling, as the intro was rolling, I was like, why do they make them look like the 2 people from Ghostbusters? The one that don't you remember Venkman is like testing them? He's like, what does this card have? It's like 2 arrows or whatever.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, and the chick was always right. Like it was just very campy or whatever. The way they did their explanations. They're being interviewed by like a psych or whatever.
So so Zac Efron and his wife has powers then.
Yes. They
have type of power.
No, they can use a bigger portion of their brain than we can or whatever.
Okay.
To do what?
I don't know, bro. Tell you your fortune. Tell you if somebody has been fucking hating on you in the background. Like that's to the extent they really show their powers, though. That's my point with this. That was my point with the review of this fucking movies. They never really delve that far. It's mostly focused on the girl and the fact that she has pyrokinesis, and they're like, she's gifted, but you know what happens when you can't. They allude to a lot of things, but they never really delve deep into the the veracity of their mental communication or like their mental abilities.
They allude to like if other people went crazy with powers or some shit.
No, they just allude to there's a selected few and they have powers, and the government knows about it. The I believe he's Native American. I could be wrong. He could be Mexican. I'm not sure. I don't mean to be racial up in here, but the actor is also another gentleman that has powers in the thing. And
the one that had the knife to her neck.
Yes. And he's employed by the government agency, Agency X, which we really don't understand either where the fuck they came from. But
was that Red from the 70s show?
Yes. He's in it. Right? He's in it for like a quick, and again, they sprinkle in that supposedly his patients were the mom and the dad. Okay. That's all you get. That's all you get from that story. I don't know if they're gonna prequel it. I don't know if like they're gonna give it a series. It sets up a sequel.
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if they did that on the purpose of maybe having a Peacock show. Bro, or doing another
this
fucking
shit was
movie.
This shit was rough. Like I went in curious. I'm gonna, you know what? I might blame you. I might honestly blame you for. Yeah, I might honestly blame you for. Because you weren't hyping it, but you were like, I'm really interested in this movie. I really want to watch this.
I was interested, very interested, because the reason I was interested is because it said it was from Blumhouse. So I was expecting like some fucking heads exploding. I thought it was gonna be like a little more horrific than probably what the first one was.
So does Blumhouse have like the all-star crew, the rookie crew, the dudes that like are the interns? Does Blumhouse work like that?
I don't know why. This is the intern work.
No, these are the guys that do catering. Like
the worst of the worst.
These are the guys. I wouldn't say worst of the worst. Like we've seen worse, but I just feel like you've seen the trope done 1,000 times, like way more creative.
Not true.
Zac Efron, like I said in the review, catch it on Extreme Report. His acting isn't bad. It's actually like he's trying to push with the little bit he's given or whatever. Some of the CGI is fucking like rough. Some of the CGI is very rough. There's even a scene. You saw that one part where his eyes are bleeding. It happens to him. It happens to him every time he uses his powers to a certain extent. Apparently, he hemorrhages from the brain every time he uses his powers. Right? It becomes a funny thing because I don't really feel any pain in him because he always snaps out of it and gets right back up and keeps on using it. There's never any consequences to the shit he does or whatever. Yeah. But at one part he uses it and it looks so bad. The CGI looks so bad when he's like dripping blood from his eyes. It looks so bad.
The fire CGI look kind of.
Oh, like
yeah.
I was like, this shit should have been released on like Crackle or something like that. And then I would have been like, oh man, tú sabes.
What was the budget for this movie now you talk about it?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I think they wasted it all, like I told you, on catering because this shit was rough.
All of it went to Zac Efron's paycheck, bro.
And then that's another thing. As the movie goes on, like I said in the review also, there's like this gray space where like Zac Efron's character comes off as like the morality figure, like I won't let this girl go into the dark side or whatever. But then there's scenes where the little girl, like, I'm gonna spoil it because who the fuck saw this? There's a scene where the little girl they didn't even for something to bomb. I think it has to like get a little bit of lift first, so then this shit just fizzled out. Anyway, there's a little interaction with the girl and a cat, and she's curious with the cat, and she's like trying to pet it, and the cat like swipes at her, and she charbroils the shit out of this cat. Like it's mad fucking gratuitous. Like it was really bad. Like practical effects.
It's like, oh, who's hungry?
She charbroiled the shit out of this cat. She made him into a number 5 at El Dragoncino or whatever. Point is, the dad comes and he goes, well, you know what we're gonna do, right? And I'm like, oh man, they're gonna bury him and say a prayer. No, you put it out of its misery. Light that motherfucker up again. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where's the morale? I was like, yo, a scene ago,
Hermoso.
a scene ago, you were the morality barometer in this fucking movie, and now you're like, no, if you're gonna charbroil, you want her extra crispy, like, like, and then they do it again. They have another scene where he's like, you know, your mom will forgive you because the little girl burns her mom as well.
Yeah.
So
And he goes, no, she just gives her really bad burns. And then he's like, don't worry, your mom's always gonna forgive you, this and that, blah blah, whatever. But you know, sometimes you do have to let that little I was like, what the fuck? He basically tells her there's moments where it's bad, like you're forgiven for using your powers, but there's gonna be moments where you gotta fucking murk people. So go all out.
Damn.
Go ham. And I was like,
I mean, are they on the run from the beginning of the movie?
No. They're on the run. Maybe like, I don't want to say the beginning. Maybe like a good 30 minutes in, the shit starts hitting the fan because
is the movie? Oh, I was just gonna ask. Is the movie kind of like ¿cuál es la película esta de? The one that Midnight Special. Is it like Midnight Special in that regard?
I haven't seen Midnight Special. I know you guys rant and rave about it, but you know.
Es que como tú lo estás explicando, it feels like, you know, there's like a cult. There's this kid.
I've heard a lot, but I've heard a lot of positive shit about. Like I know the Midnight Special movie. The kids, from what I've heard, the kid's powers affect like a large amount of people, right? Like people start looking at him like this Masonic figure.
Yes.
That shit. There's no way.
Okay, there's nothing like that. Okay,
it's very
talking about like a kid running away. Qué sé yo, pues.
No, this is very contained between this family and this agency.
Got you.
And like, and that's it or whatever. It's fucking weird. It's bad. It's a bad movie. I don't like. It really is. It's horrible.
It sounds like it probably would have been better.
I had no regret giving it 2 out of 5. Like 2 third-degree burns out of 5. I had no fucking regret whatsoever. I would have given it less, but the fact that I watched it from beginning to end, like, it wasn't bad enough for me to turn it off. That's why I gave it a 2.
Okay, that's fair.
Damn, son, I was so hyped to see that before too. Everybody just started shitting on it. Like, not everybody.
Oh, really? I haven't read it. I haven't read any more. Like, I once I saw it, I was like, I'm not even gonna look at the reviews because this shit must be like you know how the Rotten Tomato, this shit must be just like fucking compost right now on that site.
Yeah, I've been reading it. Yo, people just been shitting on it left and right.
Damn,
it sucks. It's bad. It's very bad.
What can you do, bro?
The little girl they chose though, she gave off like a lot of like this movie. From what I understand, I think it takes place in the present. But I think they did the right thing of casting her. She gives off like this very like 70s vibe, like almost as if she doesn't really match the time period. Yeah. She has like this very, I mean, they had to do it, right? Because the original movie had Drew Barrymore in it, and it took place in a certain, like the main character was Drew Barrymore.
Mm-hmm. But do they show like specifically that they're in the present?
I mean,
like, cell phones and like you see like
I believe so. I believe there were cell phones, yeah. And I think they were driving like current vehicles. I mean, I guess it's a fucking big ass blur because they go so fast and it was just nonsensical. Like, yeah. And the way it ends, it sets up a second one. But I was like, oh, you fucking smart people, you couldn't afford certain people to come back, could you? Like,
what the fuck does that mean? You might as well. Fuck it. We might as well just talk about this shit already. They killed Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Jesus. Nah, I don't want to see this fucking movie. Not even. Yeah, bro. They killed my fucking Efron, son. I don't want to see this. They killed
Zac Efron. What a shame. What a horror. What a tragedy. You want to see Zac Efron bleed out of his eyes again.
Shakespearean fucking tragedy, yo.
I wish I had hot pokers to stick in my fucking eyes after watching this shit.
Jesus Christ, bro. I can't believe it. I'm guessing I don't even know because I haven't seen it, so I really can't talk about it. But I'm like, the way you explain it, it sounds like it would have been better, like on some sci-fi channel, fucking like a series, like a series though, like a series on Sci-Fi Channel, some shit.
I can't talk to the extent of how good Sci-Fi Channel is these days, if they even exist anymore, because I don't know. I haven't seen that channel in a long time. But the trope was that if it came out on Sci-Fi, it was pretty bad. It was pretty campy.
I haven't seen Sci-Fi Channel in years, but I do know that the series that they have, I haven't seen an episode, but the Chucky series that they have supposedly is doing good.
That is true. He's doing very good.
That's very true. I wanted to watch it. Somebody spoiled something for me about it, and I was like, Man, I wish that's one of those things maybe I shouldn't have fucking heard from anybody.
That's what I haven't seen an episode yet, but from what I'm hearing, I was like, "Yo, the series is doing good."
I know there's a certain character that plays. There's a certain actor that plays two characters in the series.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at Nick. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have said that shit.
I really wish you wouldn't have it. I'm gonna be like, this motherfucker has a twin. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He said, "You ruined it for fucking me. I'm ruining it for everybody." What a bitch.
I like to spread the love, the anger. I just spread it all around. It's
All
the
right,
way
so-
it's the way my creator made me.
Just
And most
I know you got blurred out. Fucking that shit.
It's the way my creator made me. What can I say?
All right, so
My
I
God.
think. All right, looks like we really can't talk anything else about fucking Firestarter. This is what it is. The
Catch
other
it. If you guys want to watch it. Give it a shot. Maybe there's movies like I told my one of my family members comments like, "Oh my god, I really wanted to see it," and I was like, "Dude, it's subjective. Like, there's movies I love that people are like, that's dog shit. You shouldn't be watching that." And you know, there's movies that I hate and maybe other people love. Give it a shot. You never know.
I'll check it out. I mean, that has happened between us. But after this week, I'm feeling like the show's that movie is probably dog shit.
Which one?
The fucking
I thought we were gonna get on the conversation about Centurion.
Centurion. That's why I say Centurion.
So it is dog shit?
I liked it. No, man, I like Centurion. You thought it was dog shit.
I thought after like 15 fucking years, this guy was gonna be like, "Yeah, I saw it again," and you know what? It is dog shit. It is bad.
I haven't seen it in a while, but it's not dog shit to me. Fuck that. I like that movie. Anyway,
all right. Everybody's allowed to be wrong.
Everyone's entitled to their exacto.
Oh shit, we got a tiebreaker here. Hold on, Orengo, have you seen Centurion?
No, I haven't seen Centurion.
Fucking guy. All right, never mind.
Never mind. Clip that. Let's talk about probably the week's biggest fucking release, which is gonna be on Disney Plus. Chippendale.
So, what's been up with you?
Oh, you know, this, that, other vague things to fill the space of this conversation.
Okay, well, you look the same.
Yeah, thanks. And you look different.
Hey, it's no secret I had the CGI surgery done, and it's done wonders rejuvenating my career. I'm actually starring in a play tonight. But man, I tell you, the real hot ticket is Rescue Rangers. There's even some buzz about a reboot. Someone started a Facebook fan page for it and everything.
Crikey, a Facebook fan page? They don't just give those away.
Oh, he's full of it, Monty. No one's talking about a Rescue Rangers reboot except for him.
What? The fans are hungry for it.
Look, I came here to help Monty, not get caught up in some Hollywood nonsense. So, great to take this skip down memory lane, but I've gotta go. Monty, if you're really in trouble, you know how to find me. Dale, you were also here.
I thought that clip was gonna like elevate at the end. I thought he was gonna be like, "Dale, go fuck yourself." All right, I'm not.
I wish, but it's Disney Plus, so I guess that was their way of saying that.
Exactly, that was the Disney Plus version. He was like, "Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you were also here." Okay, there.
Yeah.
All right, Orengo. So yeah, tell us, give us the deets. Nigga. What's good with
Yeah,
this movie?
This was a screener that just randomly got dropped on me, so I got the opportunity to see it. It's funny. It's funny. Yo no diría como que I don't want to say like Roger Rabbit tier porque eso es lo que mucha gente está diciendo. I want to scale it down because I don't think tampoco es to Roger Rabbit. Pero it's a very compelling story. It's a story that kids are going to enjoy. We're going to enjoy. It has some adult humor. Lo que está cool es la historia y la premisa. Like, I don't know if you read the synopsis. Es básicamente Chip and Dale. The whole story of the Hollywood breakup. They used to be in a show. Pasó cricales. They broke up. 30 years later, he wants to get the gang back together because he wants to do a reboot, which is like already a meta joke of the film because the movie is like a reboot, sequel, whatever, right? The cool thing is que juega mucho con los elementos de la industria, with animation tropes, with genre tropes, with cameos, and just like everything is up in this movie. Like los cameos que salen aquí, I kid you not, when I say they're insane, they are insane. Aquí hay cosas que yo digo, how the hell did you get the rights?
You know, I hate to interject, but I saw another review, and I feel like that person mentioned the cameo, and I feel like you spoiled it for me. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna say it on here.
Okay.
But I felt like without spoiling, he feels the same way you feel about that cameo. Like
Okay.
their whole thing was like, how did they get away with that? Like,
Yeah, and there's a couple. There's a couple. Like there's a
there's a couple
sizable
out there.
one, which is pretty. I'm pretty sure it's the one you're mentioning. But there's another one. It's for a throwaway gag. It has a setup, and you're thinking, okay, it's just a little setup. But then they go back and recall it in like 2 scenes later for like the completion of a joke. Y me quedé como que, what the? You got away with that shit? That's insane. But hay uno que it's a recurring cameo. Que it's really cool que salió. I
the one you mentioned to me, it's recurring.
I don't know the one I mentioned to you.
The one you mentioned. Fuck, man.
Fuck,
Okay.
Don't say it. Don't say it. No,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But I sent you a GIF joking around, and then you said like, how did you basically said, yeah, you're right. It's not. I was like, what? I was like, I was just kidding. I was like, what do you mean?
He sent me a GIF.
Shit?
No, yo no quiero decir what. I just want to say that he sent me a random ass GIF for like a joke.
Cameras.
He said a gift for the comedic value. The thing is, I'm like, hey, you know what? That character shows up. I was like, I'm not even kidding. That character shows up.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how do you even get away with that? Like,
exacto, gracias.
because in my head, Disney, like even with our shows, they tone it down a lot for kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not a kid joke.
Yeah, no,
like,
but that's for like a very, very subtle jab.
I know,
jab,
but still, it's like for knowing in my head everything I know that character for, I was like, how the fuck did they do that? I was like,
y eso no es nada. I'm telling you, eso no es nada. Lo malo es que ya yo vi que spoilearon algunas cositas, which I'm actually kind of upset.
Oh, really? There's a new trailer?
Yeah. No trailer. Just people on Twitter started spoiling some stuff. Pero genuinamente, like, yeah,
I've been way more respectful for this movie than I did for fucking Doctor Strange. I can't even fucking believe it. I literally stood away from shit about this movie because I like ever since the first trailer.
Yeah,
I was literally like, I have a feeling about this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like I have a feeling like it's gonna be a fucking sleeper hit. Like it tugs so hard on those nostalgia strings. This shit is gonna like, and then somebody said it's not coming to the theaters, and I was like, what the fuck, Disney? Like what?
This would have made bank. I'm not kidding you.
You think so? Bank. Honestly, like it would have brought it.
Oh yeah, it would have made money easily. Además de que there's nothing this weekend except Doctor Strange, pero it would have made bank. It would have easily.
It comes out Friday.
It comes out Friday. Yep.
Yeah.
So in like 2 days. Yeah. Honestamente,
20th.
vale la pena. It's funny as hell. I can't say much. Even the motivations of the villain and what the villain does is clever as shit. El villano está spoiled. Like, as you can see in a trailer, it's Peter Pan, but grown up.
Cabrón, I was triggered.
I know. And the way he's motivated of why he is the villain in the story está bien justified. Lo que me sorprendió un montón. Like, they actually thought of a way to justify Peter Pan.
Who does the voice of Peter Pan?
Will Arnett. Funny enough.
So that's an odd choice.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I think.
When I saw the trailer, I was like, everybody with Peter Pan. Wait a second. I was like, did you motherfuckers just take a jab at the own people that are going to watch this? Like, you got a fucking hair on you. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, and then I was like, he even kind of looks like me a little bit. I was like,
the fuck out, you pasty fucking punchy bitch.
Yep.
Jumped a couple steps there, asshole.
No, it was good. Like, it's good. The villain is cool. His motivations are cool.
What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, okay, the motivations are cool. The villain está cool. The whole thing of bringing back the team together, the metatextual narrative, que no es como que súper complicado. It's very simple because it's still a kids movie at its heart, at its core. But there's shit here que lo dije en mi reseña, que even if you didn't see Chip and Dale, which I'm definitely one of them, there's something you can gravitate towards. There's a lot of references to like 80s and 90s stuff, and it's just forever. Like they took a shotgun. They're like, references, yes, blah. They just shot all of them into the film, all of them. You're going to be like, oh shit, they did that one. Like you're gonna do that shit a couple of times.
I'm very intrigued to see because I'm definitely gonna see it Friday with my kids.
Yeah,
and my kids fucking loved Space Jam.
Yeah. No, papi,
Love
this
the
is
fuck
Space Jam
out of the
done
movie.
right. I'm so
just
happy.
seeing all these other fucking other
Yeah.
things that because they knew Looney Tunes, they've seen Iron Giant, like they've seen a whole bunch of shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know if because obviously I don't know the cameos and shit. I haven't seen anything yet. So I'm wondering if those cameos are they're gonna understand them. That's what
Niggas gonna be like, they're gonna watch it, but niggas gonna be like, yeah, oh my god, and the girls are gonna be like, Daddy, what the hell's the matter with
That
you?
was
Calm
wrong.
down.
I'm like,
chill out.
put your fucking hands up. Have some respect.
There's gonna be references for everybody to enjoy. There's like very modern references. There's some obviously like 80s and 90s references, but there's something for anybody to enjoy, honestamente. It's a good, solid story. Que era lo que le faltaba a Space Jam. La historia de Space Jam es demasiado superficial. This one, there's a lot of motivations of why the characters are acting the way that they are. And it's kind of heartfelt towards the end, honestamente.
Looking back,
yeah.
go ahead, Nick. Say what you're gonna say.
No, I was gonna say without going to spoilers. Basically, what's the plot line? What is it about? What's
So
going on?
okay, so it's
Just
30
explained
years
it.
after.
Zángano.
No, pero okay, para hacerlo un poquito más específico. So it's 30
Did
years
it go over your
after-
head?
It's 30 years after.
Are you not
after,
grasping?
Like, the season finale, the Chippendale, right? And they're
Give
like
me a
30
minute,
years
Orengo.
later.
Give me a minute, Orengo.
Okay.
Cabrón, que sea la última vez.
Motherfucker.
right,
It's 30 years later after the Chippendale show series finale. Entonces, Chip is working as an accountant. Dale is trying to relive his stardom. He's like working at cons, but he's not like the star. Él está ahí como que, and they make jokes they make con jokes. So he's not the star of the con. He's like relegated to one of the little small booths, and he's been other like relegated, forgotten stars. Okay, what's cool about this film is que the stars and the artists in this Hollywood, todos son muñequitos. Todos son muñequitos del pasado. That's why it makes sense because they're has-beens, all of them. Todos los que salen, todos son has-beens. So it's pretty clever porque son, pues, obviamente you're like, okay, so in this world, como que, qué sé yo, I don't know, any Disney reference, como que, okay, yeah, that's why it's there because it's like an old whatever. ¿Qué pasa? One of the crew, the Chippendale, which is the tall one, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. That guy, he gets kidnapped. So it's up to Chip and Dale to come back together and solve the mystery. And
it's up
that's
to
it.
Chip and Dale to rescue their fellow ranger.
Exactly. Oof. Thank you. That's it. That's it. That's the premise.
So, Nick, what I have heard, a lot of people, including Orengo, in his review, say that it's G-rated Lonely Island comedy.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's directed by the Lonely Island.
I know that, but I'm saying you would love that shit because you were like,
oh yes,
all over their, you know,
all over them nuts, nigga, all over, son.
Yeah.
All
Bro,
those skits on SNL burn the fuck
when
out.
when their shit came out, I had to listen to a solid 4 weeks of "I'm on a boat, bitch."
I'm on a boat. I was about to say.
God, yo.
That's a great song. That's a great
I was
song.
like, Jesus Christ! All right, we get it, bro.
Boat, motherfucker, in the deep blue sea, bro. What? I had that shit on blast, bro, when that shit came out.
Hermoso.
And fucking T-Pain came out. What, bro? Even that shit had cameos. Even that shit had cameos.
Does it have a Justin Timberlake cameo?
No, it does not.
Okay. What a mistake.
It's relegated to muñequito, like it's cartoons.
It's Justin Timberlake voice character.
But who knows? La cosa es como que yo no estuve pendiente a los credits en ese aspecto. So there might be. Who knows? There's a lot of characters here. They threw a lot of characters here.
I'm a check.
Honestamente, it's gonna be a challenge. La persona que se, ¿verdad? You know those BuzzFeed listicles? It's gonna be a challenge to do those because genuinamente, I'm counting like 200. You know when they said que anunciaron en,
oh shit, Eric Bana. Eric Bana's the tall one that you guys are talking about.
Yes,
that's funny.
So,
Monterey Jack.
You know que la película de Spider-Verse, Beyond the whatever, esa película. You know that they've boasted, it's going to have 240 cameos or something like that, or 240 characters. This movie beat it by a mile and a half, easy, so easy.
Really?
I'm definitely sure they did 240 cameos here. I'm pretty sure. Y si no fueron cameos de los muñequitos, people, because they're in a con, so they got away with that shit. Hay gente que está vestida como otros personajes que they're not even in the movie. So hay momentos. So there's people
Okay,
cosplaying
okay, yeah,
as
yeah,
actual
I get
characters
it.
que tampoco nada que ver because probably didn't get the rights. So
Wow.
that's how they got away with extra
Yeah,
references.
parody
Sin
law.
tener que-
That's exactly what I was gonna
Exactamente.
add. So there's
Wow.
characters that
That's
don't live
exactly what we did.
within the Disney universe.
Very, very slick, Disney. Very
Está
slick.
cabrón.
Is there
Like,
any
I-
direct
I'm-
cameos of characters that don't exist in the Disney universe?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They
But
got
that's-
away
that's
with
not just
so
stuff
much.
like cosplay, like
No, pa. No. This goes beyond like you can't even
Orengo.
imagine. Okay, I'll stop. Just, Bobby, I'm telling you, it's insane. It's insane. I literally was shocked. Cada 5 minutos diciendo, how? ¿Cómo hicieron estos contratos? It's so baffling. You guys did this and you got away with it in 2022 cuando todos estos estudios son tan apegados a sus propiedades, ¿me entiendes? It's
I'm a
insane.
spoiler, cabrón. John Wick makes a cameo in this movie.
Stupid idiot.
this motherfucker just ruined the cinematic experience for everybody.
Damn it! I was in the third act, you idiot.
John Wick comes in and he just starts capping the fucking bad guy. Just lighting him
Exacto.
up.
It's going insane.
The
Exacto.
fucking Fortnite version of this motherfucker.
Yeah. No, but it's
Oh
good.
my
It's
God.
good. You know what? Fortnite might be a good way of explaining this movie. Roger Rabbit. Look at Roger Rabbit hizo por una escala ridícula. Porque obviamente it's been, 40 years since 30 years since Roger Rabbit. So obviamente there's way more properties. There's more shit. So they just got away with a lot of that.
So you know what the funny part? Looking back on Space Jam now, like Space Jam truly, if you look back at it, like it literally was like marketing material for the
Yes.
movies that were gonna come to HBO Max straight release.
Mhm.
Yes.
I was like, yo, that's really like. It felt like in hindsight, it feels very dirty. like
Yeah.
it was like it's in reality, it's a sales pitch with a movie attached.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
with a narrative attached. Cabrón,
Oh.
like, it feels
Fucking-
gross.
Fucking dragons flying around, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Got House of fucking Dragons, son. And I'm hyped for that
The reason why this movie feels earnest es porque como son cambios fuera de Disney. But I'm like, okay, so you have a purpose for this. It's not just, I'm just, no fue como por ejemplo Wreck-It Ralph 2 que me encanta. Pero Wreck-It Ralph 2 hay un momento where the movie stops and becomes an ad for Disney. Pero en esta, everything's justified porque como tú estás basically promoviendo every other studio in the world, es como que pues, you can't get away with saying como que no, because it's not for ad purposes. O sea, no se siente cínico. I mean, the movie's cynic por el tema que toca, but it's not cynic because it's trying to sell you something per se. It's just like celebration.
That's a flex and a half too by the company.
Yes.
Like, we got the game in such a fucking chokehold. We don't give a shit if we advertise your shit in our movie. We still make money off of that shit. We're gonna be the company that makes money because we had the balls to advertise the shit that wasn't ours. That's gonna bring more people over here. Literally saying they did that. Like they got away with that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's us.
Those are gonna be the reactions. They're gonna be like
The mouse is just sitting in his desk with just like a mountain of cocaine. Just I don't care, bro. Just I don't care. Just
shit, bro. But there's enough money to go around. We'll make money for us. We'll throw you some crumbs too. There you go.
Just with
Have that.
stacks of $100 bills just thrown in their face. Don't get up until your face gets numb.
Definitely.
I couldn't remember the fucking words. I was trying about to say that shit. Go to your fucking face gets numb.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's go into a movie that made Orengo feel.
Time out. Wait, no.
Oh, sure.
So Orengo, you're definitely recommending it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
yes.
Sure.
This
Esta
motherfucker-
es de las cositas que quieres ver este fin de semana for sure. Sí.
This is one of the few times in almost the year that I've been working with fucking Orengo that he has praised a commercial movie so fucking on such a grand scale.
You did it wrong.
What?
You did it wrong. You don't say that now. You wait until he comes and he says, "This isn't art. This movie, this doesn't." And then you grab the fucking Chip and Dale trailer and you just fucking smack it exactly.
Exacto, forever and ever.
We're gonna keep that in the chamber then.
What in the chamber? Cabrón, that's the get out of jail free card, cabrón. That's like the fire hydrant. Crack that shit. Next time we love something with all our heart, and Orengo comes. And he goes,
shit on it. It's like,
but what's honestly like? What did you get out of this movie? Does this movie fulfill you? Did this movie really like, you know what I mean? What did this movie move you? That's what I'm saying. Did
Was
this movie?
Was this
No,
movie
no, no,
just
no.
what do you call it? An after effect of member berries. It's just
No.
Everywhere you look,
Did this
member
movie
berries.
do anything for the genre as a whole? Did it move cinematography forward in any way? You get to go. Hold on one moment. Chippendales, bitch. Check you.
Pero hey, last year I was literally proclaiming the death of cinema por la misma razones que Chippendale actually works. So there is a way to do it right. So I'm very surprised there's actually a way to do this shit right. Yeah, Chippendales.
I'll be honest with you. I think I will say this though. So, I mean, to say like, oh, I've been reading the interwebs, like it's a fucking toxic place everywhere, like on the internet. But I have been noticing, like, ya el concepto de like mashing everybody together is starting to wear thin on people. Like, even the like I wouldn't want to say like the casuals or the hardcore fans, but even people that didn't mind it before, they're just like, I read it actually because of we all saw the trailer to that WB Warner Brothers game, right?
Yeah,
where it has like Superman, Iron Giant.
Mario.
Cabrón, I've never seen so many people triggered because they used the Iron Giant the way they did in that trailer. They were like, you know what? Obviously, they don't give a shit. They didn't watch the fucking movie they made because literally, I was like, holy shit. Bro, people were upset. They were like, I guess they didn't watch their own movie. Like, the purpose of that character is literally, like, not to be used as I was like, whoa, calm your fucking tits, bro. Like, everybody was upset. Like, upset. And like a lot of the but literally like a lot of the comments were, I'm getting tired of this mishmash shit. Like it's taking away from the meaning of our beloved characters, like of our characters that we love, or the reason why we love them, for so that you could just mash them into somebody else's universe for this. I was like, holy shit.
It's getting
it's wearing thin. It's getting repetitive.
Very fast.
Yeah, it's getting repetitive.
Fast. Yeah.
Cabrón, you gotta admit.
I mean,
you're looking at us like this, but you gotta admit it didn't work for us in it didn't work for us the way they wanted it to work for us in Multiverse of Madness either.
But that's what I meant though, because in Multiverse of Madness, I felt like the way they did it was shitty. I felt the way they went upon of opening this multiverse and giving us these characters, for me, it wasn't the giving us the characters that was like, okay, we're doing this again. It was what they did with those characters when they gave it to us. Like they presented it to us at 9:02, and at 9:05 they were all gone. So I was like, what was the importance of all this time saying?
But in a way, it should be more egregious to us because those characters fit within the context of that universe, and they couldn't even pull it off.
But that's
what I mean. The trope should be like butter. When it's within its own universe, like ripping characters out of other movies, but even though they're within the context of like the same world, it should work like flawlessly, and it didn't. And not like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's even more egregious when they're supposed to work within their own context. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but for me again, the reason why it didn't work was specifically because of the prior knowledge that I had coming into it. Because when I talked to my wife about it, she was like, okay, wow, they did that to fucking Black Bolt.
Of course it does, CELY, because I said it. I don't know, but they're not dead. I get what you're saying, but I think the trope of ripping characters out and like bringing them in, like I think even on the general public is already starting to stretch thin. And like Nick is saying, it didn't work in that context. They made it not work because they did it so quick, but still, fue una falla. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the trope. I think we've seen so many movies where they're bringing characters in for the sake of, like ORENGO says, member berries,
and point and click and be like, oh my god.
They've done it so many times consecutively already that now the trope is starting to wear like.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's like most things. For me, it's gonna come down to the execution, because if they're doing it here and it works, then for me, again, it's not necessarily what they're doing; it's how they're doing it. It's how. For me, with Multiverse of Madness, it was, again, I had the prior knowledge of who these characters was. So when they were presented, I was like, okay.
So with that said, so then why didn't Cleo work for you? Cleo, Miss Cleo. I want to tell your fortune, baby. Why didn't she work for you? You had no idea who the fuck that character was, and she got ripped into that movie at the end. Hold on a second.
But
I
that's-
gotta mess it up. Go ahead.
But yeah, but eso, she got ripped at the very end. I didn't know who the fuck she was, and she got 5 seconds of airtime. So again, it wasn't like it's the execution. I don't know who it is, and then on top of it, I don't know who it is. She's ripped up at the last moment of that movie. Nobody knows who the fuck she. I mean, obviously people knew who she was. When I saw it, I didn't get it, and then it fell flat to me because I didn't understand what was going on. So for me, I was like, okay. I said Charlie Theron. Oh shit, Charlie Theron is here. Oh shit, and that's wow.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It didn't work when you had context, and it doesn't work when you don't have context. When you just throw random characters in here for the sake of like, you know,
Gotta
what I
keep
mean?
the
Like,
world building. Legos. to the end of
I
times.
feel like it's different when you do like how you say it. I feel it's different when you do like an after credits thing than when it's the actual movie itself. Because that's like what happened in Eternals with fucking Harry Styles. Like for me,
wait, time out. You don't know who fucking multiple award-winning Harry Styles was when he came on screen?
I don't. But that's what I mean.
Golden.
But that's what I'm saying. The person behind the character shined more, just like Charlie Theron, than the character they were playing. Because at that moment, I didn't know who the fuck that was.
Yeah,
my bad.
I didn't know who the fuck when Harry Styles came out. I didn't know who the fuck that was.
The only reason I knew es porque lo spoilearon en el premiere.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, it's different when it's in the context of the actual movie, and then when it's just a little after credit scene that's after, because it's not in the movie. If they would in Multiverse of Madness, if they would have had the Illuminati be like, if they would have not even mentioned the fucking Illuminati, and it was just somebody that was in control of that realm, and it was 5 characters that we know, but they weren't supposed to be like at this level of power, and then just get eliminated 2 fucking minutes afterwards, I would have probably not been as bothered. That's when you tell me this is the fucking Illuminati. This is the people that fucking just killed Thanos. And then gone, wrap, like done.
Well, underpowered Thanos because I don't think he had all the stones, right? That was right.
He was something because like it didn't even look like when they killed this fucking guy. It looked like that just happened right after they got rid of Thanos. So I didn't see like a whole bunch of other Avengers, a bunch of other characters. It just looked like on top of a mountain and shit. So I was like, it's this one group fucking, destroyed Thanos, and she comes in and she destroys like everybody in a fucking like without breaking a sweat.
Yeah. Because she has to be shown that she's powerful.
But that was the problem. It looked like it was just for that purpose. We have to show that she's so strong that at the end of the day, the only person that can beat Wanda is Wanda. She just has to give up.
No, I keep on telling you, the trope is gonna be the only thing that could quell her heart is a father's love. When she meets Magneto, everything will just be like, I fucked up, Dad.
Supposedly,
help me fix this.
I don't know how true it is. But supposedly, like I read somewhere.
Don't say it.
Nothing, bro.
There's a deleted scene.
No. I was gonna say supposedly they already have her spin-off movie like in the works and shit. Like, they're already like getting started. I don't know how true that is, but like I read that shit somewhere.
I get mad. I get upset. Like I'm starting to look at Orengo. How old are you, Orengo?
I am 32.
48.
I'm 30.
47.
I'm 30. I'm 35. I'm 3 years this fucking guy's elder. And I'm starting to feel like, when your parents tell you something and you're stubborn in the beginning and you're like, whatever, dude. And then later on, like it happens and you're like, I'm not going to admit that shit. The fucking, the amount of fucking, there was a deleted scene articles that have come out after Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, I don't want to hear that shit. You don't get to pull that card of the movie could have been this because we deleted all these scenes, but it makes sense canon wise. That I was like, you don't get to pull that trump card, assholes. I was like,
and they've been doing that for a while now. That's been the other thing they've done.
But of the stuff
I haven't read nothing about it. What's the deleted scene? Go ahead, explain it to me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, throw all the deleted scene.
I don't want to hear anymore. Because basically I'm up to here with the deleted scenes shit. Because it's like okay, if we're gonna live in a world of would have, could have, should have, then you should have left that in the movie and you would have had a better movie. But you didn't, so you don't get the jail out of free card because you didn't put it in the movie.
But what the fuck happened?
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of rumors. One
All
of
right,
the most.
just tell me what's deleted that would have made this movie better.
Fassbender.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fassbender.
Actual
Supposedly-
deleted scene?
No,
Or written in the script?
Written in the script, and they took everything. They took it out. They butchered it. They took it out. There's like
So they never filmed it.
They never filmed it, but they were like supposedly this, and there's a lot of that shit out there. Like they were this close. COVID, fucking all this shit.
Siempre.
Yeah,
They've been using eso desde WandaVision.
Yeah.
Es que desde WandaVision they've been saying this shit. Eso es la cosa siempre ahora.
So there's supposedly a wild script out there where it has like the Wanda that lived in the Illuminati's universe, was lobotomized. Like the only way they could stop her from becoming our Wanda, being that powerful, was removing, But supposedly, the person that lobotomizes her is Xavier, but they have to ask, like, in order, like they kind of like they don't have to ask permission, but they need help, and they turn to a version of Magneto, and that version is Fassbender. They wanted Fassbender for that scene or whatever.
That's interesting.
And then to me, it makes sense because there's allusions to her kids with the statues in that universe.
Yeah.
So you're like, there is like, it made it seem like there was like an all powerful version in their universe or whatever. They just chopped it out of the movie. You know what I mean? It's like there's so many. I'm so tired. I'm about to hear with we had this plan for the movie, but
yeah.
And supposedly, the rumor mill says that the rewrites were ordered by Raimi.
That's interesting.
So I mean,
he's like, I want no. Hold on. I need my dick sucked more in this scene. All right, you put in laughing pictures in this scene. I want her to be contortioning out of a mirror, and I'm gonna need the cackling voice. I need at least 5 minutes of another reference to Evil Dead. So have him smack the shit out of himself.
Yes.
For no apparent reason. Can we also put that in the put it in the post credits? I'm like,
I was like, but fuck, like how much power does Sam Raimi have versus, you know what I'm saying, the House of Mouse?
I don't know.
Not the House of Mouse. The House of Mouse don't even give a shit. The House of Mouse,
they don't give a fuck. As long as they make money, they're not gonna care.
Money.
Como que Feige's doing his shit, it's making money.
They care when the money's light. They're Wayne Brady in the fucking Chappelle sketch. What's this? Feige? What is Mr. Benjamin is lonely.
Benjamin is lonely.
Is the rat gonna have to choke a bitch? Is the rat? Okay, what you call it? Like, from what they're saying, they already have everything planned. Trying to give me a high five, cabrón.
The shit went blurry. Shut the fuck up. The fucking thing. They're supposed to have all this shit planned out to what? 2032 is what the fuck they're saying?
No, lo que dijeron es they got planned up to like the end of phase 4, and then he was gonna go into, like he mentioned that like a month ago, he was gonna go on a retreat to plan out the next 10 years. It's like, oh my god, 10 more years on top of the 5 that we have right now. Oh lord, it's too much. Too much.
This shit is not gonna end, bro. This shit is like the comic books.
I don't
understand.
I'm a little lost with the narrative of we plan 10 years ahead. I'm a little lost with that.
Porque no lo parece. Yeah.
Because this,
cabrón, it's what you said. What you said makes a lot of sense. We're not being able or not really wanting to lock down the fucking actors the way they fucking did in the past 3 phases. So there's like, okay, we already know that we already have Robert Downey Jr. until fucking Endgame. We know we have Chris Evans until Endgame. So we could plan this shit, thoroughly. And we know we could tell this type of story. Like you said, I think it's a little different when they don't put those assurances together, because then all of a sudden they make this movie and then boom, this fucking actor gets fucking huge, and then he's like,
"Can you time it? Orengo, see if you follow me on the shit. Can you time that transition to we can't lock them in and the kind of like disconnected movies to the transition with Chapek?"
Y como pasó pandemia.
Okay, you got to the transition of power. Like maybe I don't want to like blame him. We don't fucking know, right? But maybe Chapek is like, what? Seven? What? 7 movies for how? No. You better write something else. You better come up with some other story. I ain't paying no fucking enough. You bring his younger brother in. Make a character for the younger Hemsworth. He needs fucking a job.
Yeah.
And I want him for 2 movies tops.
Yeah.
Standard rate. Okay?
I can
Standard
see
rate.
that. I can see that being
You know
a
what I'm saying?
thing.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it the new guard running the house that like literally won't lock the because cabrón, like as good as those movies did, Robert Downey Jr. walked out with like all the money in the fucking world. Like he has enough money to solve a country's fucking economical crisis, a small country's economical crisis. Cabrón. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, nigga. He's not the only one, yo. A lot of them niggas.
Varios así.
Yo,
I don't know.
10 picture deals, bro. And that's if they just came out with just like with money just for playing the character. That's not if they didn't fucking negotiate. All right, I'll take a little bit for like a direct payment. You know, give me a percentage of how this goes and the toys and this and the fucking other. Like, bro, Robert Downey Jr. had to fucking come home. Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be getting paid for the next 10 years off of this shit.
Yeah.
So part of me feels that like deep down inside they're holding like they have the DEFCON 5 button and it's like bringing that guy back. It's like, you know, if worse comes to worse, we literally, you know, we wait a couple of years and if he's still, you know, a viable option, we wheel Tony Stark back into the mix. Robert Downey Jr. with fucking gray, with like nonstop grays in his hairs.
Yep.
I mean, there's ways, you know what I'm saying? There's ways within this. Now that they opened up the fucking multiverse, there's ways to do that.
Same.
They can make this motherfucker just the new fucking AI. He could be everybody's Alfred now. Just be fucking the one that talks to everybody, and it's just his fucking likeness. If you use CGI and make him look, no matter how old he gets, just make him look the way he fucking looked in and what the fuck was it? Civil War when that shit started.
I mean, to be fair, Ironheart is the thing. So no dudes que Jarvis puede ser la voz de él.
Ironheart, Armored Wars, like the door's open for everybody realistically to come back.
I'm not like I hate to sound like that fucking toxic ass comic fan, but there's not a series. Disney. I have no faith in Disney making a series that will stand up to that character's like the way they introduce that character.
Who you talking about?
Riri and Miss Marvel. Like those 2 characters, I'm already like, oh man, bro, like that's a tough one. Like in my opinion, you gotta have something compelling, and I don't feel not even by the trailers. I don't see not one white cockatiel feather anywhere in that trailer, bro.
I don't think you're gonna see that either, bro.
No.
The way they explained it, that shit sounds like
bro
so bizarre right now.
You don't give me a one shot, producción.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Cancel tonight.
If you do not give me the inventor, I will fucking cancel Disney Plus. I will go on a fucking rampage. You will lose 7 subscribers because they all leech off of my account.
When you explained that shit to me, I was like, I don't see that happening, yo. Like,
I do see it happening. You know why? Because they haven't really shown any villains in that trailer.
I know, but that shit sounds so like wild.
Like I feel like you kind of did, and forgive me for saying that, I feel like you kind of did superheroes battle racism with Captain America and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, it was Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't even know. Show the fucking blur. Anyway, I feel like you did that already. You're not gonna tell me that she's gonna be fighting racism. Like that's not what the character was like. You have to have an antagonist in that. They could go 1 or 2 routes. You either give me the inventor or you give me somebody else, but I don't want to ruin it.
I mean,
he's somebody let's put it this way. He's somebody her age. That hasn't been introduced yet. This would be if they introduce him in this show, then you give her an antagonist.
But she only has 2 villains?
No, she has plenty, but in correlation to her story, that makes sense. They're introduced as primary antagonists. Or they're introduced as like, here's a version of this character, and here's like, what do you call that? The the antithesis. I can't pronounce the word.
Yeah, antithesis.
Eso mismo. Like basically
Yeah.
the same person, but with like the bad version.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sí, que
You
lo
know,
hacen mucho en Marvel. They do
A
that
same,
shit constantly.
the same person with the cultural background, but they took the wrong path, and she's taking the right one.
I don't know. I could like. I don't. First of all, I don't know a lot about Miss Marvel. Plain and simple. So any of these
Well,
characters are gonna be a
you better
surprise
read
to
up,
me.
son.
I'm not
You
coming
better read
up
up.
with any prior knowledge when it comes to this property. I'm fucking completely fresh.
What Nick wants to say is the only reason you read that comic is because she's from New Jersey. Like that's what Nick wants to say. Come on,
I didn't have to say it, but I mean, if you're,
There you go. You're just
there
gonna
you go. There you
go
go.
ahead.
You saved me
There
some
you go.
words. What I was gonna say was in the trailer. I saw like 4 ominous looking motherfuckers like standing in the shadows and shit, and I just assumed there's probably the fucking villain. Like if you repeat it, there's a scene where it looks like there's an alley and there's some smoke or some shit, and there's just like
You sure
4
that's not?
figures.
You sure that's not She-Hulk?
No, because She-Hulk. I just saw the She-Hulk trailer yesterday.
Okay.
This trailer came out like months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's like 4 motherfuckers in the alley. You can't see their face. You all you can see is like barely their silhouettes and shit. And I was like, I don't think that these are heroes. So I'm guessing this has to be some type of fucking a group of villains or some shit.
I'm trying to think. Well,
That's what I'm saying. Since I don't know,
the Tinker has like a gang. They're not super powered. They're like his little lackeys or whatever.
I don't know, bro. How about if they introduce the character, but he's like the fucking Vulture. He just has a mask and shit. He's not a fucking bird.
Bro, I would fucking lose my shit, yo. I was like, I swear to God, cabrón. The whole trope of that character is literally like, you're a cockatiel? No, I'm fucking not. Like, he freaks the fuck out. Like,
Wow.
cabrón, he's a Thomas Edison clone mixed with a cockatiel.
That's great.
Cabrón, like, so original. Like, who the fuck comes up with that?
That's
Bro,
beautiful.
no fucking clue. And it's this. I'm on the same boat when it comes to Riri. Like the only shit that I've ever saw Riri was like I think it was on a Disney cartoon where like all the fucking heroes are young and shit. And that's
So
about it.
initially, Riri becomes Riri because of gang violence in her body or whatever.
Mhm.
Like one of her friends gets killed or whatever. She's part of a program. She makes her own suit. She's very gifted. But then she starts like literally taking on like old Iron Man villains. I mean, that's another trick. The rumor out there for anybody who hasn't known, I don't think it's the rumor mill is basically that the villain they're gonna introduce with Riri is Obadiah Stane's like nephew, son, or whatever.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Is
They're gonna do
is
like-
she
they're
not
gonna do
gonna
like-
show up?
like Creed?
Exactly. They're gonna do the Creed thing.
Creed. Everybody has, bro, the Fast and the Furious thing. Everybody has a cousin or a brother that's pissed off at them. It's related.
Well,
Falla.
But she's in Wakanda, isn't she? In Wakanda
Exacto.
forever?
She's in Wakanda.
She's probably gonna be like make a cameo Wakanda. I don't think she's a main player.
No, I don't think she's a major.
I know
player.
they
think I think she'll have,
visit
like, a
they
scene, at
visit
least 1 or 2.
they visit MIT and they're like, oh, I need someone to fix the wristwatch on my suit. We have an engineer for that. Riri.
I can see that shit being exactly like that. Yep.
She's like, yes, I have a
She's
degree
like
in quantum physics and mechanics, but I'm here. I can repair your watch. Bring it over here.
Entonces Shuri, ¿verdad? Shuri y Riri hanguean, and they're like, we should team up, but not today. Bye bye.
Exactly. He's like, no, and then they go, and then she gets the suit, and Riri goes, wow, what an awesome suit. Wait a second.
Yeah. Next scene. It's not for you.
Is
And then
Don
we-
Cheadle supposed to be in her show? In Riri?
He's supposed to be
in Armor Wars.
I know he's in Armored Wars, but they haven't said if he was gonna be in fucking in Ironheart.
The only thing we have of Ironheart is like literally a symbol. Like that.
No, you have
logo.
the actress. You know who they casted because you've seen her. Pero
Yeah.
that's it.
Like literally an actress and a logo. That's the way Marvel does shit. And you know what? You know what? I think we're growing up. We're learning that the announcements are like premature ejaculation. That shit should not be happening this early. I don't honestly. They shouldn't have said anything about Fantastic Four as far back as they said anything. COVID or no COVID, cabrón.
Yeah.
Like, with all due respect, I understand that like writing is a hard fucking task. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, should have fucking came up with a script a long time ago. But COVID, like, I think everybody was locked up during COVID. Like, if anything, motherfuckers had time to write. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that's a valid excuse for why they don't have a Fantastic Four movie yet. I just think they didn't have their shit in a row, and they were like, the fucking fans keep on clamoring on the forums. Give them something. Give them a logo. Fuck it. Photoshop that shit. Just send it out right now.
It is. I think
Yeah.
they don't. I think they just don't know where to put it. Where, like, what part of the timeline are they gonna fucking put?
But that's my point. But then that's my point. Then why do the whole? I got a 20 years out. I got the movie your grandkids are gonna watch lined up. Like,
because they probably got like like their ultimate. Okay, we're gonna end with fucking Galactus. Before we get to Galactus, we're probably gonna hit Kang. We're gonna probably hit fucking most likely Secret Wars. Like, they probably know, okay, these are the big events, and then they just gotta pepper in all the small stuff. Because I mean, all this conversation with the fucking multiverse, like, it has to end in something, and I don't think it ends in Galactus.
it ends in one. It ends in one movie, Quantumania.
And that's what I don't feel like it's gonna end. Like, I feel like supposedly we're gonna be seeing multiple variants of fucking Kang.
Yeah.
To have this motherfucker say, to have Cleo come and tell us, nigga, yo, we gotta fix this, like, and then they want to introduce a whole new set of characters in an already established world. It's like, yo, it sounds to me from us that, you know, we're not in the circle. We don't know what the fuck they're actually doing, but it sounds like those pieces are being put for like Secret Wars. It's like the only thing that realistically makes sense of how you're gonna introduce a fucking group of mutants. Like, for me, it's just unbelievable right now to have X-Men. It doesn't mesh with an already established universe unless you do some crazy shit like that.
They've been here the whole time.
That shit.
That's gonna be the excuse.
Fucking gave me so mad.
They've been here. They've been here the whole time. They've been here the whole time. How have you done this, Professor Xavier? Let me show you a thing called Cerebro. With this machine, not only can I see every mutant, I can block all you motherfuckers out from seeing the mutants. And wasn't it funny how when Wanda, they showed her like her little it kind of looked like Cerebro, where she could see all the versions of herself when she dreamed,
but
travels. That scene looked a lot like Cerebro to me. I was like,
yeah, it did. But for me, it sounds like, and I mean, obviously, what you call it, I'm gonna be biased, but it just doesn't sound like something the fucking character Professor X would do. He's all about fucking, we have to help humanity. We have to try to like meld in with humanity and let humanity know that we're not the danger. So they have to be aware of us.
Have you ever heard of a group called the Men in Black?
Cabrón,
I believe Tommy Lee Jones says every day there's a galactic incursion. Every day there's a fucking nave at the edge of the universe about to blow us to smithereen. The greatest way that the humans go on is they do not know about it.
I mean, but that sounds weird for a character.
Stop condescending to me, goddammit. You're obviously bored with the theme already, Orengo. So let's jump.
No. I was gonna add to this.
Orengo's
what
like,
if? I'm gonna jump off that. What if la película de X-Men empieza y empieza con el logo de Marvel, and you start hearing rumblings of like newscasters, you can see, okay. Then the voices clear off and you hear Donald Trump en su speech cuando le está hablando of the wall. Y ahí entonces la cámara pans out, you start hearing Trump, él está diciendo esta cosa de que no se mira con los inmigrantes, y entonces está Xavier like, ves, por eso hice Cerebro. For people like him. Because in 2016, you can't get away with being a mutant anymore.
I thought you were going to be like, yo, and then they reveal that all the X-Men are Mexican.
That thing, exactly what I was going to say. I think he was going to be like,
I was like,
you think they won't let us over the wall. Pedro,
Exacto.
and Charles, Carlos, vámonos.
Yo.
Exacto. He just just Spanish names y ya está. Señor Xavier, por favor, ayúdanos.
Oh my God.
Señor X, vámonos.
Vámonos.
Wow. Bienvenido a Cracoa, their underground tunnels.
Exacto.
All right, this is borderline racist. I think we've touched. Fix your purple screen, Grimace.
It's gonna fall.
We've touched the Marvel fucking universe enough for one day or whatever. I think now it's time we give un señor Transporti his merit and his due on this channel.
Okay, so before we get in, let's just show that small trailer that came on.
And I guess
Awesome.
that is the reaction and the respect Nick gave to this movie. He literally
Exacto,
left.
Nick just-
He literally just got up and walked out.
Yep, just left. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I gotta fix this fucking thing, but whatever.
Sure, sure.
Just don't let it fall. That's
Yeah, please.
So yeah, me and Orengo went to go see this fucking movie. When was it, Orengo? Last week?
Yes, sir. El martes pasado.
You guys share
Last
popcorn
one.
together?
No, we didn't. He did buy popcorn though. I'm pretty sure. But he bought popcorn.
It's like we
Yeah,
went
he did.
I bought my popcorn, my soda. I was like, I've never seen a transfer movie. I was going in already with expectation that this movie was gonna be shit. Oh, this movie was gonna be cool because I've never seen his movie. But everybody that I've ever talked to is always saying transfer
Rewind,
movies
bring
are
it back,
shitty.
bring it back. I had to interrupt you. I need to know the social dichotomy of bumping into Orengo at a premiere. Was it like, hey Orengo, how you doing? Or was it like, hey Orengo, and he was like,
No. The way it happened was we were texting, and I was walking to the theater. He was like, "Where the fuck are you?" And I was like, "I'm walking over there now." So in Plaza America, they have the road. They have where you buy the popcorn, and then they have the other concession where they sell croissants and donuts, and they have the little sitting area. So obviously, that's where Orengo was sitting. He was sitting with his legs crossed. He was on his phone, and I sent him like a creeper message of me recording him and shit from afar. And while I'm doing that, he looks at me. He goes,
No, he didn't. He gave you one of these. He saw the message and he was like, I'm recording my shoes.
Please, sir.
Hold
Important people.
He said, I'm recording my shoes. I'm making cinema here right now. And you like,
I forgot to do that actually. I should have done it. I've totally forgot.
wait a good 3 minutes and I'll get right back to you.
so we met up, we bullshitted for a while. We saw fucking Nitan Geeks that was there and shit.
Yes, we did.
So we decided we were gonna invade their table. We
Shout
sat
out to
down with
Priscilla.
them. We sat down with them, very uninvited. Just pulled out some fucking seats. We started bullshitting with them. At that moment, a whole bunch of people started coming. So we're just like,
So
hey,
Nitan Geeks was like, se tienen que ir. We llegaron
Just please leave now. Yes.
Gracias por los chistes y eso, pero tenemos gente que se va a sentar aquí. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So we got the fucking tags, all this shit. I told Rengo, yo, save me a fucking seat. I go up there. This motherfucker was literally sitting in the last row, all the way in the back, all the way in the middle. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I go up, sit down. At the transfer gives a whole discurso that he's like, oh, we made this movie, you know what I'm saying, in the pandemic, and it was challenging because COVID had just began, so there was a lot of things that we didn't know. There's a lot of secrets in the movie that...
Is that the disclaimer?
But
no, is that the disclaimer of we filmed this during COVID? We really didn't know it was killing people, so I mean, we got shit done.
Yeah. At the moment, he was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, it was very dangerous to film because there's scenes where we got to be close to people without masks or whatever. Supposedly, the crew was like, what, 10 people or some shit?
Maybe less than 10,
It was a
very minimal.
He's explaining it's a very small crew. What I got
no budget,
from that,
very
what I got from that whole discurso and shit was it legit felt like if Transfer was kind of nervous about how people were gonna react to the movie. That's what when he's talking, that's how I was like, this motherfucker made 13 movies already. I was like, you think, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna release this movie, watch it. But I feel like he actually tried to do something with the movie for him. You know what I mean? And I felt he was nervous about it.
I can tell you why he felt that way.
Why
it's
did he
because
feel that way?
it's a different genre. No, it's because it's a different genre. It's horror, and he's not accustomed to doing horror. Él sabe algo, él va para lo safe que es comedia.
Oh, okay. I'm totally ignorant when it comes to this because I've never seen any of his movies. Like,
he usually does comedy straight up. Las películas de Molusco son las que él hace. So it's a
Dominiqueño. He did that.
Exacto.
Oh,
yeah. So that's what he does. That's his like.
Que joyitas, nigga.
Oh, okay. I have seen his movies then.
He's only attempted drama twice, pero él se sentía un poquito confident porque él tenía one was a bio. Oh,
so this man directed Jorge Pavón and what's his face, Rocky the Kid, penis fighting with glow in the dark condoms.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I've never seen that movie, so I don't like.
Sure
I've seen that. I've seen that movie. So this man
I'm
directed
assuming
that
he did.
scene. Okay, all right, okay.
There you go.
Proceed, sir.
Thank you, sir. Pues nada, he's done 2 dramas, pero he felt comfortable with them porque una fue un biopic de Vico C. So obviamente tiene un respaldo de Vico C, lo hizo con el hijo. And the other one
And
was
that
the
one,
Molusco
that
movie.
one I've heard a lot about. In Puerto Rico, a lot of people
Yeah.
talk to me about that.
Yeah, a lot of people saw it. I
yeah.
saw it cuando salió, of course. Entonces la otra fue la que le hizo con el Molusco, que se llama Marcelo, creo que era. And again, I feel there was a sense of confidence porque era Molusco. So there was a pull para la gente ir a la sala del cine. In this case, Molusco's doing his first drama. Aquí no hay pull. Aquí no es que sean no-name actors, but it's a lot of theater actors. La película tiene un presupuesto. He's dabbling in horror. He's never done fucking horror. So yo creo que todo eso se acumula para pensar como que, okay, I'm a little, because this is like a new venture. Fue la primera película que hicimos en COVID. No sabemos todas las cuestiones. We did like with no budget. Un crew minimalista. And there you go. And I think that's what happened. En cuestión de why he felt como que de esa forma.
Yeah, and it made me laugh, cabrón, because there was a part where they're introducing the actor or whatever and the other actor, and they're talking, and then there's this woman. I don't know who that woman was, but there's certain secrets that he wanted to stay secret while watching the movie, and the literally fucking lady next to him just blurts it out. Cabrón, and their faces are like, and she's like, "Ay, nadie sabía eso." Yo pensaba que todo el mundo lo sabía, and they're like, but that's the whole
and
thing.
Everyone en la sala dijo, no, we didn't know that. Y transfer con la cara de, wow.
I know inside. It's why he just wanted to smack the shit out of this bitch, bro.
Yeah, he was internally screaming, being failed, because when you see the movie, you're like, now I see why you wanted us to keep quiet. Bien, cabrón.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
We've all seen Nick's review. I've also seen you reviewed it too, Orengo, right?
I have not yet. Voy a hacerlo mañana.
Okay.
Oh, it's only because no tuve break para postearlo.
Okay. Bullshit. All right.
I feel like Orengo's review is not going to be. I feel like Orengo's review. I see very hard for Orengo to be lenient with this movie because I saw Orengo see this movie. Orengo was sitting right here. Every 5 minutes, I would look at Orengo, and cabrón, I promise you, on my kids' lives, Orengo was like this.
But then now, you know what you're doing to him? You're doing to him what the director of No Way Home did to the director of Morbius. He's hearing that, and that review is done, and now he's like, yeah, now I gotta go back home and
damn it.
Watch out. All the viewers here are gonna be like, ooh, now we gotta wait for Orengo's review. If Orengo sees this, what a fucking clase entera. Watch out, all the viewers.
Cancelled.
He's like, he can't be lenient because the whole time he was holding his face, and he's like, fuck. Now all the positive shit I said, I gotta be like, fuck. Okay, I gotta put a negative spin on my false positivity. But
it was making me laugh because even next to him was Fabiola, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fabiola was saying things like, but it's not that bad. I understand it. And you can see, and all niggas face. What I have to deal with. What I have to fucking deal with. Everybody in the movie theater laughing their ass off, and they go looking at their back of their heads with disgust.
I love sometimes. There were some few times.
The meme from Spider-Man 3 with James Franco. This is the opera just looking. That was Orengo looking at it. Just looking down upon people.
So what I was saying, what I was trying to get at was, we all saw your review, right? And you mentioned, now Orengo says he's a comedic. He's more like his genre is more comedy. You explained in your review that you don't know if it was intentional or not, but you were laughing your ass off. Does the movie try to come off as like over the top humor, or did he miss the mark when he went for the horror vibe? And it's just like, be honest, I would really like to know.
Because for me, the horror part for me is, how you say it? For me,
hold on. Break down the movie for me a bit. Give me a plot synopsis here. Can you give me a plot synopsis?
Flying fuck, I'll tell you the whole movie.
No. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
But just give the general idea.
Just give
It's
a
easy.
Yeah.
It's a
Fucking
guy
guy.
having a shitty day.
Yeah,
Y
he's
después-
down. He's having a shitty couple of months.
nice coaching.
Yes.
He's having a shitty couple of months. But that's the part in my review when I said the narrative is kind of crazy and you don't. I like. It took me to get to the middle of the movie. Was like, okay, I understand what the fuck is happening now. At the beginning, you don't understand that they're going back and forth in fucking time
Yeah.
because they're basically wearing the same clothes, doing the fucking same thing in the same location. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I thought it was just like straight through. Point is, this guy is having a bad couple of fucking months, and on what looks like his probably most shittiest fucking day, he ends up getting kidnapped by this fucking guy. The guy takes him to his fucking shop. He takes him like to the back room of like it looks like a fucking Falas Me Salve type of shit. Just run down. It's like raggedy clothes and shit.
We apologize to Falas. If you were gonna sponsor us,
We lost that sponsor quickly.
My mother could use some working clothes, like jeans just to be around the house and shit. I
don't know how long you've been gone, but I think Falas went under, nigga.
Well, let me break it to you. Falas is not a Puerto Rican chain. There's a Falas here where I live.
Ah, well, then fuck them. They left here. Anyway, he fucking goes, right? He fucking goes. He straps him to a chair and shit. And so then the fucking guy, the kidnapper, the killer, whatever, he fucking gets his karaoke on and he fucking sings songs. He can't speak.
He sings songs, Lex. He sings songs, and the guy needs to guess which are the songs.
And it's like old school, like our grandparents' bolero type of shit, like El Puma.
Oh, see, like old ass music.
Like old ass music like that and shit. It's songs that he heard. So older people in Puerto Rico are gonna remember the songs.
Your Instagram post makes sense now. Y como es el.
Yeah.
It wasn't that one. Is Perdóname. Okay.
That's how all the music.
That type of music, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
this just started to spark my interest. I might want to watch this.
He goes right, and when he sings the song, he writes. He's playing hangman with him. Literally, he has a chalkboard, blah blah blah, and then he writes 3 names, and he tells the guy, "You have to guess which one."
The villain is telling the guy.
He's telling the guy, "You have to guess which one. Don't say it." He just like nod your head and shit. Is it this one? Is it this one? Are you sure? Let me go back. You sure? Is this one? He does that a couple of times.
Yeah.
When he picks, this is the one we're going with. He goes. He comes back with a hammer and he starts chopping toes off.
All right. You're getting to the territory.
That's the horror part. I guess the torture porn, like that type of
it's torture porn.
But it's body horror.
They did a little Reservoir Dogs in here. So he goes.
Hey, bio. Oh, hey.
When he did that, I know when you see it, you're gonna say the same thing that I said, Gaura. If you ever see this movie, if you ever see it, you're gonna say the exact same thing that
You're playing with sacred. You know what I'm saying? Like, just knock it down a little bit. All right.
If you ever watch the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
I have friends who are painters, and I don't go over there and be like, "Yo, that's like the Mona Lisa." Like, oh my god, like,
it's a very visual reference. It's a very specific visual reference.
I'm saying, when you see it, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. I saw that, and the first thing I thought was Reservoir Dogs. Basically, that goes back and forth for a while. He's missing, so his friends or whatever, like, yo, where the fuck is this fuck? They go around town looking for him and shit. You already know how, the movie, by telling you that, you know how it's gonna end. The friend is gonna go.
Are there several more scenes with the whole singing and the shit, or is it just
like 4 times?
4 or 5 times.
Okay.
So 4 or 5 times. And when it's happening, remember, he's tataramudo, so the way he does it is what I say.
He's not tataramudo. He's not. That's incorrect.
Just Lex keeps saying more shit. Stop. Shut up.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You're spoiling it, cabrón.
Okay.
Stop it.
This is the part.
Okay,
this is the part.
To your benefit, I'm interested now.
There you go.
You're selling it.
Which is
You're
the goal,
selling
I
it.
guess.
You're selling it. You're selling because I want to see it.
When I saw the movie, it's like I had told you. For me personally, it felt like one of those movies where the things that I was seeing happen was so outrageous. And I'm not even talking about the killer. I'm not even talking about the kidnapper. I'm talking about the regular characters. There were things that the regular characters were doing that I was like, what the? Like, am I supposed to feel bad for this person? There's like things that happened. I'm like, this shit is so crazy. Like,
It's weird.
What the fuck is going on? That literally, yo, I was laughing my ass off in this whole fucking movie, yo.
Mhm.
I couldn't believe the shit that I was fucking watching in this movie. So that's when I say I don't know. I don't know if it was intentional because he comes from a comedy background, or if I was laughing at it because it was so outrageous, but he didn't want it to be outrageous. If he wanted this to be taken serious, for me, it missed the fucking mark.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a blend. I think that he wanted to be in the horror parts. I understand that the intent is pretty clear. That it's supposed to be comedic as well. It's kind of horrifying, but then it's kind of funny, and that I think works.
I'm not talking about execution here, but like in the tone of like Shaun of the Dead. Like Shaun of the Dead has like very graphic parts where you're like, what the fuck? And then it has parts where you're like,
it's separate. It's separate. It's not like, oh, because it's so gross, it's funny or some shit. It's gross out. Es como que torture porn dividido, funny. Torture porn, and then it's funny. And then it goes back to torture porn. No es tan blended. No está blended.
Yo, we have a new challenger in the house.
New challenger. Mike Lowry.
I wanna be like Mike.
Oh my god.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah,
So we should change Orengo's name to Marcus. Mike Lowry and Marcus.
Love the shirt. The shirt's
So
great.
you be you and he be him. But now when you're together,
Does that make you Tay Leone?
What?
Does that make you Tay Leone's character?
Who's that guy?
Tay Leone is the woman. Tay Leone.
It's called Bad Boys, cabrón. When you go watch Bad Boys, there's no feminine character you really give a shit about. Like,
that's the chick with the first. Like, I'm Joe Pantoliano, cabrón. I'm just the bald-headed fucking one.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You stole that because you knew that was gonna be my next answer.
Cabrón, that's not my problem, son. I said it first. You should have said it. I'm Pantoliano, baby.
Pants.
All right, so.
Wait. Orengo was on a spiel.
Yeah, we're going over fucking El Karaoke, and Orengo is giving his plight.
So basically, eso está bien split. It's either going to be torture porn or trying to do horror, and then it's comedic. Pero no, there's not a blend como pasa con Shaun of the Dead, where there's like very absurdist moments, pero es como que horrifying and both funny. Like it doesn't go that way. It's just one or the other in separate occasions within the same scene. But overall, those aspects are the ones that kind of work because he's self-aware enough where, okay, te cociné de esta forma, and I know it's absurd, so I'm going to push the boundary of the absurdism here. But it's the only moment that works. Cuando estás tratando de contarte la narrativa alrededor, it's too wonky. And if it's funny, it's going to be unintentionally funny bien cabrón. It's not going to be like funny. It's just going to be unintentionally funny.
That's the problem that I was having. When the part that's specifically that this was made for laughs.
Yeah.
It works. They're for me, it got to a moment where, okay, that happened so many times. It happened about 4 or 5 times. Around the 5th time, I was already like, okay. I mean, I get it. It's funny, but shit, we're using that same trick within this one movie a lot. Mm-hmm. The other parts that are supposed to be more dramatic, I still found myself laughing, and that's the problem. What I have when I said that I thought this movie was cool. I thought script wise there were things that just didn't make sense, and again, the way that the movie narratively, the way it plays out, for me, and I don't know if other people had the same problem, but for me, I was confused at the beginning because there's characters that have there's characters that have a certain beef in the movie, but the
certain character motivations,
the way that it plays out at the beginning, since you don't understand the timeline of it, because they work like in a furniture company. So they wear a uniform. So in a lot of these scenes, they're wearing the exact same clothes with the exact same hairstyles. They're in the exact same location. So I'm not understanding, okay, in what timeline of this movie it plays, because it has 2 different timelines, this fucking movie.
Yeah. Which is not very apparently clear until like midway through.
Exactly.
Then you can piece the pieces back, but maybe it's already kind of late because it gets a little more confusing.
You only get it retroactively because while the movie's playing, it doesn't get into the middle that you're like, oh shit, okay, now I understand that. When I saw this, it was at this. And when I saw this, it was in this. Okay, I get it now. But by the time you get to that, it's like it's not working. There's things that they weren't working. If Transfer came out was like, yo, this movie was supposed to make you laugh. It was a fucking comedy, the whole thing. Then I'd be like, yo, that shit was an achievement because I laughed my ass off. But I don't know his intentions. So that's why I can't say, oh, this movie was fucking great. Because I don't know his intentions when creating the dramatic part. For me, I thought he really went into... it's hard to say without
don't spoil it.
I'm not saying without spoiling it, it's hard to say. It's just if you have to see the movie, so you can
I feel like the intent in every scene is the intent that you're seeing at face value. I think that's the one you're supposed to take away. That's how I would say it. If you're seeing something dramatic, you're supposed to take that as dramatic. If you're seeing something sentimental, you're supposed to be kind of like sad. If you're seeing something horror, you're, oh my God, horror. And if it's funny, it's going to be kind of apparent where it's going to be very funny.
Wow. That's kind of disrespectful, bro. But all right, keep it moving. Orengo was like, there's no depth here, my friend. Whatever he showed you, whatever he vomited on the screen, that's what you get, okay?
Because I feel the intent was very clear. Like he wanted to make it very clear.
Like,
I thought it was apparently clear. Like he wanted to be like, okay, esto es esto. ¿Me entiendes? That's how I'm going.
But again,
it's short, which is kind of cool. It's 70 minutes.
What's
like
the
it's
runtime?
super
70?
short.
Okay, wow.
Super short. Y con crédito, which that implies it's probably like a 60-minute or 65-minute movie. It's bien corta.
Because the crew was so small, the credits is like, I felt like it was 2 pictures, boom, boom, and that was it.
Sí, bien corta.
I mean,
again, for the crowd that went to see this movie, and I know for a fact the people that are actually gonna go see this movie, I don't think a lot of them are just like mamando a Transfer saying, oh, this movie is funny. I think they actually find it funny because it does feel like there's moments that are in line with his other movies, fucking Dominicanos, fucking Que Joyitas, that no matter what people say, you can say that the movie is culo, you can say whatever you want, but it makes money and it makes people laugh. There's a market for these type of movies. I feel like that market is going to like this movie. No matter what nobody says, there's people that was in that movie theater that thoroughly enjoyed the movie and thought that it was really good.
They're called sociopaths. Anyway, so Nick, you said your piece. Orengo, I think these are your first declarations, right, on the movie?
Sure. Okay.
So you have the mic, sir.
I think donde funciona es eso mismo. En las pocas partes que estás con el villano de la narrativa, I think those parts work. Como dice Alex, I kind of agree. Ya como para la quinta, I think they did it one too many times. Yeah. Maybe that was the problem. They could have cut one of the ones in the middle y dejar el último es el bueno, es el sólido. Because there's a nice visual gag that they do, which was clever. Pero there was one of the del 2 al 3, somewhere in the middle, they could have cut one of those y dejar 4. And I think 4 would have been suffice to get the first one to establish, the other 2 to kind of like build up the stakes, and then the 4th one be the big finale. Pero una más was just a bit too many. Por lo demás, it just doesn't work. En cuestión de la que la historia está bien al garete. It's a very simple story, but it's very told in a very convoluted way, which I think maybe it was by design. I don't know si fue done in editing or if he constructed it en el guión de esta manera tan convoluted, but it's very confusing. And I don't know if it needed like very obvious cues para poder entender que era el pasado y que era el presente, pero maybe that could have benefited the movie un poquito, pero maybe it could have been even more confusing porque como entras a la película, if you start seeing scenes in black and white, you're going to be thoroughly more confused, so maybe that wasn't the best approach. No sé cuál hubiera sido el mejor approach. Era obvio que él sabía dónde él quería arrancar la película, porque él sabe que si él empieza a establecer la película in linear order, you're going to get bored way too quick. Because by the time you get to the juicy bits, it would have been halfway through the movie. So that's why I'm pretty sure he wanted to start with the action first, which is what you're supposed to do in a movie. Y después darte el trasfondo después.
I thought it was wordplay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sometimes it is. Yeah, I mean, to its credit, es corta. To its credit, and I said this to the DP, por lo menos la cinematografía, it's better que some other movies that I've seen. I've seen other movies que have some visual errors. Esta por lo menos, las tomas estaban bien, las tomas estaban iluminadas bien. There was a lot of natural lighting, which looked fine. They were functional scenes. Eran su shot, reverse shot, y cuando tenía algo poquito más hectic or whatever, lo demostraban and it wasn't too bad.
The drone shot was pretty cool.
Yeah, the drone shot's pretty cool. A lot of people have said that. Y yo como cuando lo oí dije, you know what, the way that they designed and planned it, para
Yeah.
lo simple que it is effective, it works, it establishes el tone y toda la cuestión. I think que pues for what they did, knowing que no había chavos aquí, knowing que le hicieron en pandemia, especialmente la pandemia, he was very resourceful, and when you see the movie you understand why he was very resourceful. He was very resourceful to the way he did the movie. Yeah, that's kind of it. It's one of the better ones that I've seen, because there's some elements that I can point and be like, that's actually done right. That's actually the intent that you wanted to portray. Está bien hecho, and you were kind of clever about the premise. Otro aspecto son cosas que I generally don't like from his movies, and they're just apparent here as well. Pero de las películas que yo he visto varias de ellas, yo he visto como 5, 6 o 7 de ellas ya. This one is definitely on the better part de su repertorio, for sure.
And from a technical standpoint, also it felt like the budget ran out. I don't know what happened towards the end, because also like all of a sudden, like literally it felt really poignant, and like all of a sudden the sound engineering like just disappeared. Like there was a lot of
the movie seemed like it wanted to end for some reason.
There was a lot of sound effects, like natural sound effects that you would hear. If you hear a punch, you expect to hear that. It got to a point like towards the end of the movie that it felt like it just didn't put anything. There was kicks, there was punches where you didn't hear anything. And
the
it
sound design
feels
was missing.
very weird to see the action piece happen and not have no sound effects within the act. Like you see, stabs, but you don't hear them. So it felt really weird.
Mike Laurie, did you were you able to see this? No, you weren't able to see it.
No,
all right,
I haven't seen it.
that makes 2 of us. Don't worry about it. That makes.
And then there were some character decisions at the end, like really like the last 5 minutes, that I was like, why the fuck? What? Why the fuck?
I think it's just to give you a little umph at the end. That's it.
Yeah. It was like, why the? I didn't there's multiple twists, I guess, and that last twist was like, why? I don't understand why the fuck would this.
Just to give you a little extra.
Yeah, I don't know if this was.
It worked.
I don't know.
It worked because you remembered it.
I don't because.
Because it's a twist. You're.
It's so wild. Like in my mind, I was like, I'm wondering if this was like, okay, he decided to go this route for 2 reasons. One reason I can't explain to you now because of who's involved in it, and the second one was like, maybe he thought, okay, if this does good, then we can have a sequel.
Yeah,
and then we could follow.
Also, it leads up to a sequel.
It possibly could.
Possibly.
Could.
It's an idea that they kind of, after the screening, it was a idea that was possibly como que discutida, pero he has a lot of movies in the back burner. He shot like 6 already. So
bro, he has 6 in the chamber confirmed. I
Yes,
saw an
literally
interview with
6 in the
him,
chamber.
and he has 6 in the chamber finished.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. So I know that at a time he was like distributing his movies on some weird like Netflixy type platform.
Was it him or era Benji?
I thought it was
Benji.
I thought his Que Joyita and all that stuff was on some weird like
Pantalla.
Was it Pantalla?
No, Pantalla is now, pero Pantalla no es de Puerto Rico.
No,
I know there was wasn't there a way to easily access his movies?
I don't.
Is it by streaming services or by physical media?
Streaming services.
So si es streaming es Pantalla. Pantalla es de Latinoamérica. It's not Puerto Rico.
Pantalla is pretty.
No, I don't think so. I think Pantalla's been out for a while. It's just
a little while, but it's blown up because it's like the hub para Hispanic content.
Exactly.
Sí.
So
and
that's my
he mentioned it to me before. Yeah. Oh.
So this movie is most likely going to come out on that platform because where I live, he hasn't spoken about not this movie, not SAC and Enfrentamiento Mortal, like all the.
But he didn't do that one though.
I know, but I'm just saying all the movies that are being released in Puerto Rico, like you guys have 2 up on me already, and you guys make them sound fun at least to watch. And
the problem is distribution. That's a bigger issue here. The problem is distribution cuando tienes que ver con los no las presentaciones en los cines afterwards. Their distribution plan just a veces goes to the wayside, a veces forgotten, a veces no lo piensan mucho, and just por lo menos con Transfer you can rest assured, porque ya él me lo había dicho a long time ago. Todas sus películas él las presenta en cine y después caen en pantalla eventualmente. For sure, todo su repertorio está en pantalla. I don't know if he has a contract, pero ya tiene un deal. All his movies end up en pantalla. Ahora, cosas como SAC, por lo que tengo entendido, Zack tiene un plan más grande. I guess they want to keep releasing it in Latin America. Bueno, that's what I think was being discussed. And then later on, eventualmente van a hacer either un VOD release o un Blu-ray release. Ahora, con otras películas, por ejemplo, La Última Gira, que esa película salió el año pasado, and I've heard really good things, but Matiel la reseñó y he loved it. Eso ahora mismo está en Liberty VOD. Like
What's it
Liberty
called?
Cable TV VOD. Se llama La
La
Última
última
Gira.
gira.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I heard about that one.
Yeah, exacto.
Wow,
Esa,
that movie. Wow, but eso lleva tiempo, ¿verdad?
No, that
Which
came out
movie?
last year.
La Última Gira.
It was last year.
It was released last year.
Yeah, and now ahora está en VOD. It took a long time. Now está en VOD en Liberty Cable TV. They have like a VOD division, or creo que DirecTV VOD, I don't know. Pronto. And that's available there. But it's como que, yeah, like you have to go really out of your way. And if you don't hear about that, you're never going to see the movie again. Y pasa mucho, like Perfecto Anfitrión. I think it maybe está en pantalla now, but I'm not sure.
I think it's
Like, there's a
I
couple.
So I feel like La Última Gira was in the theater at a moment when I was visiting Puerto Rico, and me and Nick went to go see that stupid movie with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, that's stupid. Was it Freaky Friday or some shit? Or Freaky?
Was it at the same time? Were they released at the same time? I think
it could be possible.
I
think
feel
was in the
like
cinema.
I feel like I was over there when I saw the promotion for it, and I was like, wow, they're promoting this movie pretty heavy.
After what happened in the movie theater, I hardly don't even remember the fucking movie.
We don't need to talk about that. Nick and me, it always happens. We've been friends for years. We've been friends for years, and we go to the movies together, and we go to like salas, and we're like the only two people there. And we're like, yeah, people think we're coming here to like fucking do some weird shit.
It was like
But that time we got one up because there was a couple, and we were like, wow, there's some gymnastics going on in that corner.
Well, in the same exact aisle that we were sitting, all the way at the other end. And I'm like, yo, mad uncomfortable. Like, Christ, right? And it looked like, I mean, it fucking makes me feel old as fuck to say, but they look like kids, bro. They look like fucking teenagers. 16, 17. I'm over here in my fucking 30s, mad uncomfortable. Like, yo, I feel like R. Kelly right now. The security's gonna look at me looking this way. I'm like, fuck.
I told Nick, I was like, you know what? We're 35-year-old parents. We should go snitch on them and tell the fucking.
Cuando los papás vengan a correr por ahí para recogerlos, tú le dices, ¿qué está haciendo tu hijo ahora mismo en la sala? No puedes disfrutar de la película.
Exacto.
Check your kid. Check your child.
Piece of wonderful cinema.
Exacto.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so yeah, we talked enough already about fucking karaoke. It drops tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think was there a release last night or some shit?
Yes, there was the actual premiere because what we saw was the screener de los críticos, esencialmente. Yesterday was like the premiere of the film. Que hay un pana mío fue a verla.
Yeah, I saw a whole bunch of fucking people like Kiko Blaze, and there was like a whole bunch of people. And that's what I'm saying.
Estaba ahí. Yamcha went yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you realistically if they.
Jab Shot, the rapper.
Yeah, he was there. I saw on Instagram que estaba como que abrazando a Transfer y todo. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying I couldn't tell you. I think fucking Manny Manuel was there too, taking pictures.
Yes,
I couldn't tell
he
you
was
the
there
truth.
too.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the truth if everybody's just like hamming it up or if they really like the movie, because like I said, like again, I feel like the market that's here is really gonna enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens when it comes to the fucking, because fucking what is it? Picando Adelante is still like in the fucking movie theater. And for a Puerto Rican film,
if you don't give Mike Laurie over here something to talk about, I feel like he's gonna bleed out his eyes. So mata el jodido tema ya. Mata el jodido tema ya. He doesn't even have his complete face on.
Exacto.
He doesn't even have his whole face on right now. He's just look at him. There you go. There you go.
It's fine.
Very,
It's just fine.
the settle's quite. Mike Lowry.
all right,
Like
so
Laurie.
let's get into what's coming in fucking this weekend and next weekend.
Me, certainly.
We got
That's the problem.
Okay,
With this
how
fucking
come
podcast. You see?
Obi-Wan? How can you not?
That's the problem.
That's
with this
next week,
podcast.
though.
That's the problem with this podcast. People feel too comfortable when they come in here. They feel the vibes and they let out statements like that. A total of 20 minutes, and he already felt comfortable. Be like, yes, I will be ejaculating next
we
week.
already made a busted nut joke. We already had a nut joke.
Great.
All right.
Fucking okay, what
Yeah.
comes out? Love, Death and Robots comes out. How many episodes is that supposed to be?
I can talk about that.
Can you?
I saw 4 episodes already. Oh, yes, it's dope. Este sí está mejor que el pasado, for sure. For sure.
Qué bueno, bro. I know, right? Qué bueno, because you took a massive shit on the second
last
season.
Yeah,
and then the funny was that like the ones I hated, those were the ones he loved. I was like, the Michael B. Jordan shit really didn't work for me. What? The space epic when I was like,
I like that one.
that shit was so generic. But I'm like, really? Like you enjoyed that one? That was like the last one
in
I
order.
enjoyed.
Like, did you
No,
watch the
so
first
what?
4? Okay.
Okay, so déjame explicarte. Lo que pasó fue que y estaba disponible. It's just I guess no one noticed, pero me contó un pana
What?
que en el Twitter, yeah, it was disponible para todo el mundo. So what happened was, te voy a explicar el chisme. El chisme fue in their Twitter page, en su bio, they had un link, and it was like to go to like a private screener digital el lunes, and it was like literally up there for days y nadie se dio cuenta.
Wait, but on
Entonces,
Netflix's page or like Love and Death and Robots has
era una
their own
página
Twitter?
aparte, se llamaba ldr.netflixdigitalscreener.com, una cosa así. Esa es la página.
Okay.
Entonces, it was in the bio. Ya creo que no está probablemente, pero estaba there.
Pero
Entonces,
it wasn't. Hold on. But it was in Netflix's Twitter or was it like Love, Death,
en
and
el Love,
Robots
Death
Twitter?
and Robots bio Twitter handle.
Oh,
El Twitter handle en el bio estaba ahí disponible. They made a post. They were like, oh, check in here for a special surprise in a few days. Entonces, 3 días pasaron. No había tanto engagement en ese post. Entonces, un pana me dice, mira, bro, like, look at this, check if you can get in. Y yo como que era un Google Form, lo llené. Al minuto me enviaron el email, me dijeron, this is your code. See you tonight. But boy, what it was 2 or 3 hours el screener. What they did was, they constructed it como que hacen unos greatest hits y un sneak peek a volumen 3. What I was surprised to see is they threw me like 4 episodes of season 3 y they could have shown me the whole season, pero I guess they want to hold off un poquito para entonces el viernes tener algo que ver. Pero what they did was, tiene 9. I saw 4.
Oh, wow.
What they did was they mixed it up. They showed me, el primer episodio fue season 3, they showed me a couple de season 2 y season 3, digo de season 1 y season 2, like greatest hits ones. Después los últimos 3 episodios eran brand new ones. Y después hubo un Q&A con Tim Miller, David Fincher y la señora que executive producers, creo. Yeah.
No shit.
Pretty cool. I can talk to you about the ones that I saw. So yo vi, there's a sequel to The 3 Robots.
Yeah,
Great.
that was being heavily promoted.
Yeah.
Ese está cabrón. It's very funny as shit. El otro que dieron, they showed me the Fincher episode. He directed it.
Do tell.
That was my favorite one.
Nipples all hard and shit right now.
That was my favorite episode.
Nipples hard.
Oh my God, that episode.
Favorite episode. Estaba cabrón. Hay otra gente, I know the one that people are going to like the most, pero this one, the Fincher, I really love. La narrativa estaba cabrón y decía, I wonder who directed this. Y cuando viene, Fincher, fuck you. So está cabrón. Like, the story is really good. They did the third one. The second one, the Fincher is, I think, something about bad. It's bad something. It's the one about the pirates in the ship. La tercera es Night of the Tiny Death, algo así.
The one with the rats.
No, it's the one. It's bien clever. They basically do Night of the Living Dead, pero con miniatures.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's in the trailer. It's in the trailer. Yes.
Yes, es como que todos son little, como si Jordan, es como si hubieran grabado con estos, tú sabes los lentes estos que tú grabas para hacer todo ver miniatura. I forgot the name of the lens.
The macro. I forgot
Eso,
the name too.
es como si todo el episodio hubiese sido grabado en macro. So todo looks like little tiny little things. Los carritos parecen como maquetita. It's adorable as shit. It's super funny as fuck. Es corto, es como 4 minutos. They basically recreate Night of the Living Dead, pero little miniatures. El último episodio fue que yes, that's the second episode. Hill Fincher. Yeah, he made like a sort of parody.
But is there like a cyberpunk twist to it, or is it like literally a period?
No,
pirate?
it's played pretty straightforward. It's pretty pirate.
Okay.
Yeah. The last one es el que todo el mundo va a mamar, es la que se llama Jíbaro. Que it's about the dancing lady with the golden.
It's called Jíbaro.
Cabrón,
sí,
when I saw that shit, I was like, "Oh shit! Wait a minute! Watch out! Oh, we got here." It doesn't have anything to do with like Puerto Rican culture. Or is it just like?
No, sort of. It's about colonizers. So there's something
totally has to do with Puerto Rico. Exactly. That totally has to do with our island. Holy shit.
So, la persona que lo trabajó, and they retweeted y hablaron un poquito conmigo en el tweet. Ellos es un estudio de España. So I'm pretty sure there's something to it. It's not strictly very Puerto Rican, pero it's about colonizers y es about natives y como que el clash entre los dos. So there's something to it.
Wow, you gotta have a lot of testicles to come from Spain and talk about colonizing people.
But, I mean, hey man, it's interesting. It's
I'm
very
just
visual.
saying.
Like, don't get
Yeah, no, I
political
get
in
you.
here. Don't bring me into that. Don't get political
No,
in
no.
this bitch. Don't bring me
Pero
into that.
está bien logrado. O sea, like, los visuales están cabrones. Los 4 episodios están bien cabrones. The camera choices en el último, el de Jíbaro, are very, like, they're very jarring, pero son bien atrevidos. The visual style and the hecticness to it all está bien cabronamente hecho. Pasa que, in terms of stories, me gustó mucho más el de Fincher. El de Fincher está bien cabrón la historia. Overall, el season está cabrón. Lo que tengo entendido, based on the Q&A, es que Fincher was going to release all of this in one volume. No sé si te acuerdas que el segundo volumen está un poquito más corto. It was because it was COVID reasons. So, parece que Netflix le dijo, you have 2 years to fucking give me this shit. So, you better pony up ya. So, that's why el season salió tan rápido después del segundo. Now, ahora no se iban a hacer más. I think they sort of hinted at the fact they wanted to do obviously more.
How long?
But I guess it's going to be in Netflix court. So,
how long did it take from... Wait. Dial that back a bit. So the second season came out quick after the first one? I don't remember.
No, al revés. Season 2 came out last year.
Exactly. It took a long time. Okay. I was like, wait a second.
Un gap del season 1 a season 2, un gap bastante grande. It was season 2 to season 3 que fue un año. Because they were supposed to just be one season, pero they cut it. Yeah. But it's really good. De verdad, por lo menos que yo vi, really hype a verla, honestamente.
That's like one of Netflix, one of the rare gems that Netflix has.
Mindhunter.
For sure, Mindhunter.
Cabrón, and they supposedly Black Mirror's back is coming back.
Yeah, yes, I read about that.
I'm like,
I'm hyped.
They're whipping out. They're like, they're plugging the holes in the ship out. No, we're losing. They're saying we're losing subscribers. Like, start whipping out the fucking. You know what I mean?
Sí, tírate los Stranger Things. Let's go.
I'm wondering with all the cuts that they're doing. They said that they were gonna. I don't know if they were gonna like just put everything they have animation style on pause, but they said that we're gonna be fucking with animation. I'm wondering what that does for. What was that show that we was all hyped about? The League of Legends.
Arcane. Arcane va a seguir.
How fucking dare you?
No, Arcane va a seguir for sure. I don't think Arcane's getting canceled.
The first 3 episodes of that show.
You didn't like it?
No, I loved it.
Right?
Fucking, it was dope.
Right?
This is really
I'm just
dope.
saying because if you feel like you're not ready for confrontation, this is a fucking boxing ring. Like, it really is well done. That was for me personally. I did not see that shit coming at all.
Yeah,
I did not see that one.
Keep watching.
Oh,
fucking, it's the ending of episode 3. I was like,
so episode 3,
right?
Was,
the feels.
Yeah. Episode 3 was when
they get separated.
When they get set. Yeah, dude, that last. Before you tell me, oh, I've seen it done. That's something really dumb, bro. That last ending where the fucking camera pans out and it's. I was just like, the song they chose, bro. The song they chose. I have that shit on my phone. I love that segment. That segment was the shit, and I like the villain in that, even though he was like secondary. That villain was the shit.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right, so now that we talk about Love, Death, and Robots, let's talk about Obi-Wan. Let's talk about fucking Kenobi. Kenobi's coming out. How many episodes is Kenobi supposed to have? 6?
Isn't it
6?
And until now,
it's Illuminati company's favorite number. It's what they attach to other series. 6.
Until now, it's still limited series, right?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, they're not gonna do like fucking Moon Knight. Moon Knight
started
fucking, off.
You want 3 long series in between fucking each movie?
I don't even know how the season is gonna come out. I'm just saying that's how
we know
started, and then all of a sudden
we know how it's gonna come out.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we know. There we go.
I mean,
Dima, Jonah, go ahead. Dima, what do you think?
Deborah Chow is an incredible director, and she was everybody's favorite with season 1. And her use of light, I think, is really inspiring. Like if you recall in season 1. There's a scene with the giant Minoc-looking things that come down to the campfire and attack everybody. And the only source of light is the campfire, the blaster bolts. So that really excites me for how she's going to utilize lightsabers within the series. and she seems to be like a really, really, really massive Star Wars fan and is obsessed with the prequels. I've seen a few interviews with her, and she talks about the prequels quite a bit. And I think that this is, you know, a show made by fans for fans more so than Force Awakens, because Force Awakens was made by a guy that liked 2 Star Wars movies. This is made by somebody who likes them all. So that really excites me. And Ewan McGregor is, I love him.
Have you chosen to stay away from any spoilers? Have you chosen?
Yeah, for
Okay.
Obi-Wan, definitely, yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna respect that. We're gonna respect that. Only because I like to you know, bathe in people's tears. I don't know.
My favorite character.
Yeah, I mean, está por todo Twitter. I got spoiled. Bueno, supposedly, because we don't know how true this is, pero yeah.
No, we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk. No, stop.
Scary.
He's a first timer guest on here. You want him to leave?
No,
Again, I had the same thing that I was saying about the show from the beginning. That, you know, I'm really interested. I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen, because I'm the type of person that it's hard for me to get emotionally invested in prequels when you kind of already know what's going to happen to said characters. That's why when you told me what you told me, if that happens, I'm not one of those toxic fanboys. So when you said it, it didn't bother me at all.
So I'm of the same mindset as you. Like, this is Star Wars, Calvin. This is childhood fantasies 101. Like, they could put out, I'm sorry, I just literally I like it. Like, they could put out tomorrow, like, you know, dog shit, the Star Wars saga, and I'd still watch it from beginning to end. I'll probably have an opinion on it, but I'm along for the ride. If I mean, like, Boba Fett was the same thing. I really like, there was things in Boba Fett that were very, like, the pacing of it was very tedious to get through. Yeah. But I still walked through because I like the world they've established or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I like the characters, but this story decision is just, you know, if it's true, like Orengo said, if it's true, it's just they kind of fuck with this.
I need to know.
No. Okay. They just the way that they're describing this ending is just that it fucks with, like, the sacredness of canon in a way.
Yeah,
for the sake of giving importance to a character that isn't the main focus of the series, and it's just like, it's very weird. Like everybody's gonna get on their fucking high horse. Oh, this is fucking woke. Fine.
Yeah.
I haven't given a shit about that subject about, oh, this is too woke. I really, like, I'm along for the ride. But even when I read it, I was like, that feels very weird. Like, that's a very weird decision to make.
Yeah.
For the sake of giving weight to this character. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I agree.
Es bien raro, pero am I gonna sit here and be like, I'm not gonna watch it? Bullshit. I'm fucking here, bro. And not only do we get 2 episodes that Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
It's 2 episodes that same Friday, the premieres, 2 episodes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm hooked here from beginning to end. It's just that it's gonna be interesting to see the fucking reactions. It could be false. We could be talking on our ass. It could be something totally false, or something that nobody knows. There's a twist. You know what I mean? But there's gonna be pissed off, like, you know, the toxic fanboys are everywhere. They're gonna be.
I think no matter what, no matter what you do, not everybody's gonna like this. It's impossible to fucking please everybody. No matter what you do, they're gonna be like, that was stupid.
Yeah,
that was stupid. What you did with fucking they can literally have Kenobi wax everybody's ass in every single episode, and somebody's still gonna find a way to talk shit about it. So as long as they tell the story, because like I said, we already know what's gonna happen with the character. So no matter what they do, that's why when you said what happens, it didn't bother me, because I already know what's gonna happen. You know where every character, not every character, but the biggest characters, you know what's their fucking destiny. You know exactly where they're gonna end up in. So it's like, okay, you give a little bit more time to characters that you're introducing now. Maybe it's for a reason. Maybe there's a purpose. Maybe we're gonna get some, because there's years and years of stories that they could come up with, so with all these other characters. Because from, like, what's the jump from the Force Awakens to fucking Return of the Jedi?
It's like 30 years.
30 years.
I think so. Yeah.
And
From
then
the Force
the
Awakens
jump,
to Return of the Jedi. Cabrón, será que yeah, there's 30 years from Return of the Jedi to Force Awakens.
but that's what's and then the jump from the fucking Phantom Menace.
About 30 years.
Not the Phantom, Revenge of the Sith, and the fucking original Episode 4. That's like another 30 years. So there's years and years and years of stories that they could come up with that they could say is fucking canon because they have the benefit of they know where this character is gonna end up and they know where this character is gonna end up. So you can tell a bunch of fucking stories and include these fucking characters like Obi-Wan, just like how fucking Luke popped out of nowhere in fucking Mando. We're gonna go crazy. For me, as long as they talk a really good fucking story, because for me it's very interesting how they have the whole, I forgot who said it, but the whole old man Logan effect with Kenobi. Like he's on the outskirts, he's by himself, the Jedi Order has fucking disappeared. I'm wondering if he's even questioning his own faith in the fucking Force. Like there's like a lot of very interesting paths that you could take Kenobi in this series. That no matter how it ends, no matter if whatever y'all say, if that's the ending of that, it's not gonna bother me. I really just want to see fucking Kenobi in this journey because we know what's gonna happen to him already.
Has everybody played Fallen Order?
Yeah.
I wonder if so from my understanding, right? Trilla is part of their group, isn't she?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know who's group. I don't know what you're talking about.
She's the like the kind of antagonist in that game. But she's I forget, I'm blanking out right now. Their group is called, they have a name or whatever. They're the Jesus Christ, we're showing our wonderful knowledge of the universe.
But the chick from that game is going to be in the series?
That's what I'm asking, because her character wears this weird triangle looking helmet and she's part of the God damn it.
Inquisitor?
What are they called? Inquisitors. The Inquisitors, yeah. And I think they show like a character that looks like her. I don't know if they're gonna unmask her. Maybe they'll do the trope of like she's masked the whole fucking series. But I was curious about that. I was like, I wonder where stuff will start to like fall in.
Do you think they're gonna pace it like Boba?
They better not. I would hope
it seems like it's gonna be paced like a slow burn samurai movie, which really excites me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the same. I don't think they're gonna waste time because it's 6 episodes. I don't think they're gonna waste time doing the whole thing.
How much was Boba? Boba was like 9, right?
Yeah, 7 or 9, something like that. Yeah. There's a couple.
Same thing with Moon Knight. Moon Knight was 6 episodes, and it really like kicked off in episode 5.
Episode 5 was just like.
That's what I'm saying. Episode 5 is when it actually like really.
Episode 1 was good. Episode 1 was good. Someone got the munchies. Episode 1 was good. Episode 1 was good, the Moon Knight, and then it picked up again. At like it got a little stagnant. But
that's what I'm saying.
Mike rage quit. Mike. Do you? So you think it's gonna be a slow paced one? You don't think it's gonna be like too fast?
I'm wondering because it's like the last 2 series that Disney Plus have, Moon Knight and fucking and Boba Fett, kind of felt like that. Like it felt kind of stagnant. So like episode 4 or 5, and then all of a sudden it picked up. Now again, I don't necessarily have problems with stories that are slow. I watch a slow story as long as it entertains me, as long as I'm like interested in what's gonna happen. I don't have a problem watching slow. For some reason, Boba never hooked me. So it felt so fucking slow because I never felt any attachment to that character.
Boba's problem to me was I could have respected them for sticking to their guns until they brought back Mando. That to me felt like the cop out to me, and that it was great. Cabrón, it's like a cousin you haven't seen in a long time. Oh my god, it's so good to see you. But then I was like, you sons of bitches, like you bitched out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should have just stuck to the story with Boba Fett. I didn't really need to see Mando. I didn't see that. Why the fuck are you talking about Grogu? Like, we didn't really need to bring these characters back. And you know, that's a dark rabbit hole that we could jump down of what the fuck they did wrong in those 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You felt like it was Mandalorian's deleted scenes?
It was like season 3 of Mandalorian. Lo que está viendo
Yeah,
ahí.
it was fucking
Weird.
Cabrón, that is the shortest pilgrimage I've ever seen a character take.
Chacho. Cabrón.
Yo, it totally negates. It totally negates the goodbye in Mando. we
really
cried.
it makes it feel we
cried for nothing because he saw him for like he stopped seeing him for like a solid month.
Yep.
Cabrón took his mask off and everything.
It was insane.
He took his mask off, and Grogu took a 2-week vacation. He went to summer camp. Cabrón.
He went to summer camp and failed. No, I'm kidding.
He went to summer camp and quit. Cabrón. He was one of those guys like, I miss my parents. I want to go back home.
Oh my god. Anyway, back to the Obi-Wan. It doesn't seem to have. Well, I mean, like within. I want to say it doesn't feel like it doesn't have competition, but it kind of does have shows that are like. But it's episodic, so it really doesn't have any competition.
That's what I'm saying. Stranger Things is gonna come out, but Stranger Things, since you're gonna be able to binge it. Fucking Kenobi is what, 6 episodes, so that's 5 weeks because the first week is a double. When does Miss Marvel come out? Doesn't Miss Marvel come out like around?
So that's the funny part. It's gonna overlap. It's gonna overlap.
Oh, nice.
But that's happened before.
With Marvel and
I feel like yes. I feel like that's happened before.
Pasó. I think it happened with the
Bad
Batch. I think it was
the Bad Batch. Yeah, Bad Batch. I think it was Bad Batch and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I could be wrong. Yeah,
it sounds about right.
Yeah, but then which show suffered? Suffered.
I want to say the Bad Batch suffered, but
see,
I mean,
it suffered because of that, and I think, aunque no solo
it was directly because of Falcon and Winter Soldier that it suffered.
Bueno, puede ser que contra. It had a lot of goodwill.
You're wasting your saliva. You're wasting your saliva. This is the same guy that says that like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, they're not gonna affect each other at all. They're not gonna affect each other at all. No,
because
I don't totally overlap.
I'll say it again. One episode comes Friday, one episode comes Sunday. I don't see how I'm a fan of that type of shit. I'm gonna be like, ooh, wow, Lord of the Rings was so good this Friday. I really don't give a fuck about Game of Thrones on Sunday. I don't see how I'm gonna do that. If I'm interested, I'm going to watch both of them religiously.
Yeah. And they're also very vastly different demographics as well. Because Lord of the Rings is for like teens and up. Lord of the Rings is like the same demographic as Star Wars, and Game of Thrones is like the demographic of Sopranos.
But you think that? You really think that the demographics are different? I think like I would say they're more or less the same age range, aren't they? Lord of the Rings.
I saw Lord of the Rings when I was like 8, bro. I fucking loved it.
I know, but
Lord of the Rings.
But I feel like
I don't feel the Dragon with my kids.
I don't feel like Lord of the Rings is. I don't feel like Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe it sounds like a blunt statement. I don't think Lord of the Rings is bringing in new fans.
I think it's because everyone's already a fan. If they're not, like Orengo,
that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Orengo, you're not a fan of Lord of the Rings, cabrón?
No, I don't like.
Not even the movies.
I know.
Let me say this in the best way possible.
Where is CELY?
They're technical. Wait. Give me estudio.
¿Qué carajo lo que está pasando aquí hoy, puñeta?
Estudio, give me a warner. Give me a warner. Okay. They are technical achievements, and they will always remain important to the history of cinema. But I do not like them just as much as I do not like Taxi Driver either. You want to keep telling me other movies that I don't like? That's it. Ahí fue.
Saruman.
Wow, dude.
I have my movies that I don't like. It's like I see it. The joke that Clerks 2 rings so true to me because that's what I see when I see Lord of the Rings.
It hurts me.
Wow,
I know it does. I know.
You use your own peoples against you, son.
You know what the thing is? Like I could take. I don't want to sound like an asshole.
Zumba, no, tírate pecho.
Like I could take somebody who's like not a fan of the movies or not educated or not, and they will sit down and watch Lord of the Rings like from beginning to end, be like, this is fucking amazing, even though I can't follow. Like they could be like, I don't give a two shits about this character's plights, but what I like, this story is entertaining at least at a bare minimum, everything I'm seeing on the screen is fucking epic in like massive ways. I don't know if I feel that way about the show, but when it comes to the movies, I think they're like, without delving too deep into the lore, they're easy narratives to follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Orengo likes Gollum. Orengo was like, they did my nigga Gollum wrong. Fuck this.
Gollum was the best part for me of the movie.
There you go. Sure. I knew it. How did I know? How did I fucking know, bro? How did I know?
Compelling. Cuando está en la tercera película, he has the little epilogue, prologue con Gollum.
This nigga's just gonna like Gollum. I can imagine already.
Love that shit.
Like
Great.
So what don't?
Pero digo, their technical achievements, I recognize what
I'm dumbfounded right now.
Technical achievements, I recognize what they mean. Ahora eso sí, taxi driver
every day.
I can defend.
No, don't deflect. Don't deflect. Don't do that. Don't deflect.
But I did start saying their technical achievements, and they will remain in film history. I just don't like them.
Okay, but what don't you like about the story? Like what?
This has turned into an intervention.
What? Okay, so I don't. The story never grabbed me. Y yo creo que el issue fue, and I rewatched them later. That's not el issue. But when I saw them too the first time, it wasn't the best experience. Mostly because I was a kid and I didn't know what the fuck they were. I just like oh, sci-fi, sci-fi, no, adventure film,
fantasy.
Cool, whatever, fantasy. La vi, and I'm like, oh, that's it, okay. And then someone like later told me, no, it's a trilogy. Oh, okay. And subsequently, I'm like, I saw them, like nothing's grabbing me. They look great, fantastic.
10 years old, just like, Daddy, this movie sucks. Let's watch Citizen Kane again.
Like what the fuck?
Like fucking.
I will say,
get out of here,
okay,
monsters.
Wait, no, I'm not fucking around. Cuando yo vi A Beautiful Mind, that shit blew my mind.
Did it blow your
mind? It's like, you know, we can have caviar and still have like, you know.
No,
I don't like Whopper.
I'm not dismissing. I'm not dismissing Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is caviar. Lo que pasa es
yes, sir, it is.
Yo no puedo sit here and decir que Lord of the Rings es una mierda de verdad. That's insane. That's something I cannot say. I can say I don't like them, but that's different. It's even like it's like the best trilogy ever made. That's for sure. It's obvious. But it's like I don't like them.
It went over his head. Don't worry.
I even have the extended version. I literally own the extended versions.
That, you know, some movies are challenging, Orengo. Some movies are challenging. That's all. And that's okay.
That's okay. It's true. It's true.
Pero is it that you don't like Lord of the Rings, or you're just not a fan of fantasy films?
Esa es básicamente the problem. I don't generally like fantasy films. Pero it's weird because I do like Game of Thrones. Pero yo sé que Game of Thrones no es fantasy the way the Lord of the Rings is fantasy.
Like there was
maybe that's why.
Game of Thrones feels like a world devout of magic until certain
you know what
points.
it is.
Like,
you know what it is. Game of Thrones is Succession and the fucking fantasy realm. That's what the fuck he like.
Yes,
it was like
I like the political game,
stabbing each other and shit. He was like, "That's what I love."
Yes.
I mean, 1 through 6 is the greatest TV show ever made. Season 1 through 6. By me, it's just I
agree.
The writing, it's the greatest TV show ever made.
Yeah, you talk about Game of Thrones.
So dope. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I love that series to death. Like the other days, I was like, maybe I should just fucking sit. Like it feels like that little relationship with like your ex-girlfriend. Yeah, maybe we should fuck around a little bit. Like maybe I should just watch it again or whatever. And I was like, you know how unhappy the ending makes you, so no. like I know it's the fucking journey, and I know I'm gonna enjoy it. But then when I reach the ending,
But then it's incomplete though, and it just feels weird.
Who has sex to not reach orgasm? Like.
It can mean the ending of season 6 is como the ending of the last Jedi, that you can use it to end the trilogy because it still ties things off and leaves a little bit to your imagination. Because season 6, if you remember, is Winter is Here. That seems like a pretty nice way. Like, all right, cool, we're done.
Yeah.
Goodbye. You know what I mean? Now I can imagine what happens and wait for the book.
But it shows you the power of those of an ending. Like if an ending doesn't hit you, people will like never forget how bad it was. Ahora,
I think it's also
mediocre.
Pero tiene que ver también con el tiempo that you're invested. If this shit had been like 3 seasons, we could probably give 2 fucks less about
Pero
the
then
fucking
it
ending.
wouldn't be remembered as one of the best TV shows ever made
Yeah,
until
that's
it
true.
wasn't, ¿me
That's
entiendes?
true.
Esa es la cosa.
Mhm.
Pero it
Succession
shows you
doesn't
how
do that.
strong. I
Oh,
say,
no,
yo estoy viendo
stop it.
Succession con
Stop
terror.
it. Stop it.
It's
Okay,
so good.
I-
That
I'm
show
just
is
saying.
Because
so
Orengo
good.
Orengo has an ending in mind, and I will not fucking accept that ending, cabrón. If they do that,
He's in jail.
if they do that, if
Tell me.
they leave the company in this motherfucking idiot's hands, I will
It's Greg, baby.
I will Kendall Grove myself. I will Kendall
It's
myself.
fucking
cabrón.
Greg. I've been telling you from the beginning, baby.
Baby
It's
Greg.
Greg is
Baby
staying
Greg.
with
Let's go.
everything, son.
Yeah.
You
He's
think it's gonna be?
slowly
You also
learning.
you also think it's gonna let? Oh no!
Bro,
It's because
Greg,
I mean,
esto es lo mismo.
These
Why?
3 seasons.
No,
Cabrón,
He's been
Greg,
learning.
Greg
to
is
be
the
a
lamb.
backstabber.
He's the lamb amongst lions, cabrón. And tarde o
Yeah.
temprano, he's gonna have to turn into one. And he's gonna be Michael Corleone. He's gonna start off
Cabrón,
as the fucking most
exacto.
innocent one, and he's gonna be worse than all of them, bro.
Yeah.
Exacto.
I refuse to.
I
refuse
cannot
to, no.
wait for that shit.
I refuse to. I refuse to believe that. Cabrón. I refuse to. I'd rather have it land in a new character's hands that have been introduced, and he's a positive figure among the world. That have it land in that fucking idiot's
Oh,
hands,
my name
bro.
is
Like,
Barack Obama.
yeah. Can you imagine that shit? Just fucking out of left field, just introduce a black character. Yeah, I own the company now. Like, have everybody lose their fucking mind.
Actually, Barack Obama playing himself. I would watch the
Perfect.
shit
Let's
out
go.
of that, dude.
Oh, let's go.
I remember watching that show, and I was just like, you were selling it super hard. You were like, Miguel,
Yeah.
watch this. I'm like, Orengo, I deal with white yuppies every day of my fucking life. I deal with superior fucking, they swear that they have God grabbed by the balls. I do not want to watch this shit. Like, this isn't breaking any new ground for me. And I think the episode where the hell was it? Oh,
Born on the floor.
Bore on the floor. I was like, oh, wait a second. This
Cabrón.
is
The
fucked.
depravity. The fucking depravity of this shit, bro.
I was like, this family is fucked on another level.
This nigga Orengo literally told me, yo, watch the first 3 minutes. It's New York. He's rapping in a fucking car. You're ghetto. You're gonna love it. Literally,
Yep,
that's what he was
así.
telling me. He was like, you're gonna love that shit. Watch. He's gonna be rapping. You're gonna know the song. You're gonna rap to it. That's the hook for you, bro. That's exactly.
That's it. That's the hook. That's all you needed.
I had
Para mí el
several
hook
moments.
fue el theme song.
L.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna talk about L to the OG.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh my god.
To watch.
That shit, yo. I was watching that. I was like, it's the way it starts out. I was like,
Yeah.
is he gonna? No, he's not. Not in front of. Oh my god. I felt like his brother watching it. The Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yeah. Roman. Yeah.
Roman was like, somebody turn off the mic. Somebody do him a favor and turn off the mic. Somebody.
fucking Roman, bro.
That's another awesome character I love in that series. Roman's,
good.
oh my god, so fucked up.
That whole show is just depravity, cabrón. The fucking guy. Act like you're dead. Don't move. Just act like you're a fucking dead body. I was like, what the fuck?
The scene that broke me with Roman was when they basically go through the whole
we thought you liked being in the cage.
Bro, what?
El sendo gaslighting.
God,
Next level.
I mean, you loved it, and then they're like, cabrón, like the sentimental disconnection.
Cabrón, even
of
Cameron.
like between like morality, like what they consider is moral and not, like it's on a fucking another stratosphere. I was like,
we got, what is that? We got, they sent me away to fucking to charter school. And it was like, you waxed for that. What the fuck are you talking about? Everybody thought that's what you wanted. Like, no, cabrón, the fucking episode, cabrón, with this, I forget his name, but this fucking guy basically describes that he got fucking snowballed, and he's fucking talking to Greg. And Greg, so you let it, and that was cool. And then he realized that he didn't, in the moment he didn't understand what he did. Yeah, it was cool. That shit fucking killed me when I saw
that scene. The part where they think there's a shooter. And they put like the important people in one room, and he's like, yeah, we're in the. He's like, no, but you're not here. He's like, Oh, there's two separate rooms. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
I put him in the room with the water bottles.
You know what? I wondered though.
Refreshments.
Since we're fucking talking about HBO and shit,
Yeah.
I'm wondering that
I'm sweating over here with this.
if like fucking 15 years pass, I wonder if Game of Thrones is gonna be like one of those shows like we were talking a couple days ago, like Star Trek: The Next Generation, or fucking Battlestar Galactica and shit. I wonder if it's gonna be more appreciated years to come, kind of like how Revenge of the Sith is. The whole shit with Hayden Christensen when he was Darth Vader, like how many people shitted on that trilogy, and now people fucking love it.
But it might be generational. It might be
But
like our generation love Game of Thrones, and it could be the next generation's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, you know what I mean? It could be that.
I'm wondering because it feels like Game of Thrones. I'm very surprised that they didn't change Arya from that fucking video game, that they're still using her and shit because of the bad taste that the fucking ending of that show left on like all the fans and shit.
What do you mean though? What do you?
El juego ese de Warner Brothers.
Okay.
She's there in the game.
Yeah.
It's still there. So
It's still a hot. It's a hot property. Remember, salió Space Jam. Si sale Space Jam, they view it in high regard.
It's such a hot property.
Is Casablanca a hot property?
Yeah, it's out there for them. I mean, they do have Turner Classic Movies, and you know it.
Wait till you see the reboot of Casablanca. Wait till you see the reboot. Yeah, wait till give it time. Give it time.
Orengo was so disrespected when he saw that.
You think
he was like, talking about that shit.
¿Quién fue? Porque Pig Elmer Fudd showed up in the stupid scene. God damn, Jesus!
I'm telling you, the
Michael Curtis murió en otra vez ese día.
Oh, for sure. He just se le mató it briefly just to fucking die again.
Yeah, but it's like, what did you guys just do?
What was I gonna say? The House of Dragons, like literally, there hasn't even been a single fucking episode, and it already got renewed for season 2.
Because
they canceled. They shot pilots and canceled them, so they're pretty picky. Like, they had a pilot with Naomi Watts that they shot and canceled it.
Wow. Okay.
So I have faith in that they're trying to keep this property in the right.
Well, you know what
if you recall, they wanted D&D to stay on Game of Thrones for 2 more seasons, and like, nah, dude, we'll do it. I mean, for 3 more seasons, and like, now we just want to do 1. So they seem to really care about the property and about keeping it alive and keeping the fans happy. So perhaps Dance of Dragons, House of the Dragon is going to be their Force Awakens.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Not the Naomi Watts one, they didn't have dragons, bro. Everybody's coming to see the fucking dragons, bro.
It's not because once you gave it to us, you kind of can't not give it to us anymore, because it's como lightsabers. Once you've given it to us, you can't take it away. Give me a lightsaber.
That's true.
I wonder, because what I hear, like the book that this is based on feels more like a history lesson.
Sí, es como the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
GOT. And there's some like, it's cool because it's like there's like short stories. It's a history book, so there you'll be like short stories and longer histories and stuff. I've only read a few of the stories at my brother's house because he's got it, and it's very overwhelmingly large.
Yeah.
Now
there's 2 of them, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, another one's coming, and it's like, bro, get back to Winds of Winter, bro, please.
Yeah. My question is, so tienen tela para cortar aquí? Like they have a whole bunch of material to fucking stretch it out?
That book is thick. I have that shit over here. That shit is thick as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking wow. It's like a booster suit.
This one's supposed to be like 300 years or some shit. No, 300 years before the fucking events of Game of Thrones.
I think something like that, right?
They got a lot of fucking story to tell.
Did y'all read the Vanity Fair article about Star Wars?
I saw pictures because we're uncultured swine like that. If you don't show us pictures, we don't really grasp with them.
We all saw the pictures. We saw the photographs.
Yeah.
But in the article, they said something interesting because we're talking about 100 years. What reminded me is the Acolyte TV show actually sounds pretty interesting. That the woman that's writing it is like a massive fan of prequels and Phantom Menace in particular, and she wants to show the High Republic the way that Phantom Menace introduces to a brand new world of Star Wars that's like shiny and clean. So they call it the Renaissance era of Star Wars, and that is really exciting. Where the Jedi have these like luscious like white and gold robes that never get dirty because they're never getting into fights. So it's like a very different era than what we've seen, you know. And it's
they never get into fights.
Yeah, this era of Jedi because they're more like monks.
So what do they have like the Ship of Theseus discussions or whatever? Like
What the show is about is the rise of the Sith.
Oh, there's literally nothing to defend until you bring the Sith in, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's pretty.
Yeah, pero
is it not?
Pero is it not based in the High Republic? Los libros que llevan saliendo estos últimos.
Not on one that's come out or anything like that. No, but within that, I believe that time period.
Okay.
Which is funny.
What's that John Watts shit? I heard that he's now connected to some Star Wars project, and I thought that it was something actually with the High Republic.
No, it takes place in the same timeline as Mando, so it's after Return of the Jedi, and that's all they've said about it. Is John Watts is doing it. Yeah, so I hope I always hope that Star Wars stuff is good because I really like Star Wars.
I want another trilogy, and I want shit to get dark. Like I want shit to get dark. Like I don't want you to blow up a planet. It feels very impersonal when you blow up a planet.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I want Operation Cinder. That's what you want.
Yeah. I want to see exactly. I want to see like a motherfucker go and he's like, no, I'm not gonna waste the energy it takes to blow up your planet. I want to enslave you all. Like literally, that's the energy I want to see. I want shit to get so dark that if it's a trilogy, like shit can be like really negative on episode 1 and 2, and then the third one you can do the whole saving grace thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not necessarily their MO. Again, it's like how like we always say how Marvel has its own formula. Yeah, like Star Wars.
Rogue One felt pretty bleak. The whole movie felt a little bleak. Like you had people. Was there any moment in that movie that felt pretty light? What happened?
No, for me it didn't feel bleak. It just had a great tint on it.
Really? Like
I may have to rewatch it, but it always still felt kind of like a 70s war movie to me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It feels like Saving Private Ryan-ish, kind of.
But the ones I think the darkest scene I've seen in Star Wars is do you remember the battle scene in Solo?
Oh, I don't remember. That movie's
in third act.
No. It's in the first act when Han Solo is part of the Imperial Army, and it's a trench battle, and it looks like World War I, but with blasters, and it's like fucking terrifying to look at. And it was like,
I think I remember it. Yeah,
by like Bradford Young. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't fucking even remember Solo, so like that movie got like wiped from my memory banks. I saw it once.
Scene I remember because of the lighting, because it's like.
So Metaverse.
Metaverse. Again, like I don't think you could delve that deep when it comes to fucking like Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not their MO. Star Wars is it's selling action figures, it's toys. I don't think they're going to go like they'll have captivating stories, but when it comes to dark shit, there's just like expecting Marvel to go deep into fucking racism or deep into. Yeah, they're gonna tread lightly. That's what they do.
I don't know. I think somebody needs to come and shake it up a bit.
I mean that's what we
want to see it.
Comics for that stuff.
But yeah,
if you want dark Star Wars, there's some really good comics, especially during the Dark Horse era in the 90s. It's like some pretty interestingly dark shit. But I agree with Lex that I think Star Wars has to always be light. It's a fucking popcorn cereal at the end of the day. Like, yes, it's inspired by spaghetti westerns, which are very violent and bleak, and samurai films as well. But I think it's mainly visually that it's inspired by those, outside of Mandalorian, of course. But I would love.
I'm waiting for Orengo to be like, if you want your dark Star Wars, there's a man named Snyder, and he's working on his own.
Rebel Moon.
Like,
I mean, it seems like a respond.
I set it up, and I felt like he didn't capitalize on it. I was putting it on a plate for him, and like
because ¿por qué? Porque estoy dando que Jordan hable. He hasn't talked. I feel bad.
Orengo was like, I don't want to steal no more limelight.
No more limelight. Pero I guess it's true. Like, if you want the antithesis, or si tú quieres ver un Star Wars más oscuro,
You started him up.
or at least, yeah, it should be like whatever he's doing with Rebel Moon.
You see, you started him. Now we're gonna go down that fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah, okay, but how dope is it that we're getting an original blockbuster that costs what, like $150 million? It's super unheard of, and that makes me really happy because this is one of the first directors. Him and the Russo brothers are doing it at the same time, which is cool. That's like, I just did a bunch of studio movies for them, and now they're gonna give me $150 million for my movie, and I've been really excited for this moment in cinema with his comic direct doing like, all right, cool. Now we're going back to original IP. So I'm quite excited for Rebel Moon because, especially from a visual standpoint, a Star Wars movie directed by Zack Snyder sounds fucking glorious. Like, to look at, that'd be the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah, we all saw the pictures, right?
My issue with that is
the pictures.
I feel
that
like
they showed.
My issue that I feel like this movie aesthetically is going to be fucking out of this world. With that said, what I'm hoping is that it doesn't end up like Sucker Punch. That for me, aesthetically, I fucking love Sucker Punch, aesthetically. But the story didn't. I wasn't captured by the fucking story.
There was no story there.
That's about to say that. I was like, there's a story in Sucker Punch.
But that's the
story. That's really cool camera shots.
The thing. I was like, I'm hoping that this doesn't turn into that.
Yeah.
Which visually, I'm like, okay, we have to watch this on a fucking 4K screen, and it's gonna be marvelous. And then after you watch it the second time, and that fucking that wow factor goes away, like, so it was fucking dumb.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not like that. Pero él no tiene mejor track record in terms of stories and scripts. Yeah. I don't know who's writing it. I don't know if he's writing it or if he has the story and someone wrote it.
When he adapts something, for me, it could become masterful. I really like the shit that he did. But then when he gets, because didn't he like, I don't know if he created Sucker Punch, but didn't he like co-write it or something like that?
Yeah.
Sucker Punch fue su, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it's su Inception. It's the one that the studio gave to him.
Because that's what I'm saying. So it's like when it comes to him adapting other people's stories, knocks it out the fucking park. When it comes to him, doing his own thing, we only have that to, based on Sucker Punch, and Sucker Punch doesn't say a lot.
Yeah. No.
So Shay Haddon is writing it.
Okay.
So Shane Haddon writes her on. Let's see. Oh shit.
Yes, no credit. That's the first thing he writes.
No, he does. Cabrón, he does, but I don't even want to mention this one. So we'll skip over that.
We'll
skip over that.
You have to. You
Army of Thieves.
That's not great.
Army of the Dead.
Okay.
And John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Which to me, John Wick Part 3 was the weakest one out of them, but.
So he's like a studio guy.
Oh, he's doing what the fuck?
Again, aesthetically, I'm
expecting. He did one episode. Okay. So this was the one I didn't want to mention. I know what you did last summer, the TV series, but that was just one episode. Hey, you can't judge the man on one episode. Fine. Exactly.
Todo un guiso, pero
Is that
he's
the
just
way
a studio writer, I guess. It's already not looking good. I'm looking the best. Pero I mean, I'm gonna go see it the first day, Si la ponen en cine, I gladly pay to see that.
No matter what, because no matter what, that fucking trailer, a Orengo le va a volar el bicho. That shit is gonna be gone, bro. That
I saw Army. I went to the theater to watch Army. Let me tell you how I paid twice to watch Army. Wait a second. Did I pay 3 times to watch Army of the Dead?
I don't know. I know I saw that shit with you.
That's what I'm saying. Holy shit! I think I saw it. I paid once to go into the theater. Right. I got called because I did a dumb thing of like being on an on-call schedule, and I went to the movie theater, and bam, right there as the movie starting, I had to leave. Got pissed off. Saw it by myself, and then went to Puerto Rico and saw it with Nick.
Nice.
So I paid 3 times for that movie.
You were part of those fucking bots that voted it fucking. What was it?
Yeah,
fan
you're one of those
movie
Snyder
in the
bots.
fucking Oscars, bro.
You can't really judge me because you paid twice to go see Morbius.
Cabrón, that's true.
Nice.
That's
Twice.
True. That's true.
Twice.
That's true. You got me there.
He's into testicle
Once is
culture.
already a mistake. Twice is like.
What is the movie like?
That's the most.
I haven't seen it.
That was low key shade. He's like, what is this Morbius movie? What is this? What is the experience
I'm just
like?
like, is it? How is the experience? Because everybody says it's like, not the best experience. So how
I
was
loved
yours?
it.
That's being very charitable. Not the best experience.
I saw it the first time because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see what the big thing was. I saw it the second time because my dad wanted to see it. So I'll fucking take you to the movies to see it.
Yeah, you're a fucking monster. That's what you are.
I ended up seeing that and fucking Sonic that day. So
you're overall just a shitty human being because not only did you expose yourself to it, you took your father, the person that gave you life,
took your father
and you put him through that.
Again. We've had this discussion when it comes to the normies. My father's a normie, and my father loved the fucking movie. So,
really,
again, yes, he did.
Time to get morbed.
That's what I'm saying. It's the fucking this is the problem with Morbius. Morbius is not the worst comic book movie I've ever seen. It feels like it's out of place in what it's trying to establish in the continuity of the MCU. It feels like it was massacred in the editing room because things that were supposed to happen didn't happen. The way they said or how they described like Tyrese's character and the police officer looks like they were just cut to shreds because they were basically cameos. So you could tell that there's a lot of spots in this movie that there's scenes missing. So it leaves you like, what the fuck is up? Like it leaves you with that with that question. Okay, what the fuck was this supposed to be? Because you could tell that it's been chopped up numerous times. That's what it looked like. It felt like it's been chopped up numerous times. Again, it felt like a movie that was misplaced in time. If this movie would have came out 15 years ago, I think it would have been received better. It would have been better. It came out after No Way Home. You know what I'm saying? It came out. Did it? You know what I'm saying? Did it come out after the Batman?
No.
Yes, because yes.
It did. Didn't it come out after the Batman? I'm thinking it came
April
out,
1st. That was the joke. The joke is that it came out on April 1st.
That's right.
So you know what I'm saying? It wasn't there was no way, even if the movies didn't come out at that time, that people were gonna be like, this movie was great. But the fact that it did come out after those movies that left such a good taste in your mouth, it kind of felt like the same way I felt like Doctor Strange was good. But the problem with Doctor Strange is I actually ended up seeing it after Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
It left Doctor Strange with a bad taste in my mouth. So Morbius is kind of shitty, but everybody the way they were saying the worst fucking comic book I ever seen in my life. The worst comic book, no pa tanto. I've seen worse comic book movies now.
It's pretty
What's
bad.
the worst comic book movie you've ever seen?
Jonah Hex.
Damn.
Never seen it.
Don't see it. Don't do it to yourself.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And it had Josh Brolin and Michael Fassbender.
It had Thanos.
It had actors that I was like,
that's Thanos and Magneto.
Yo, like what? And then you see it, and it's like the third Men in Black. It's just atrocious.
I think you fucked up. You shouldn't have got the helmet tattooed on you. You should have had the cowboy from that movie tattooed on you.
With the two faces. Horrible, cabrón. I've seen a better Jonah Hex on the CW than that fucking movie.
Oh.
Morbius.
And
The only thing that
thing is,
really,
I never saw none of the Jonah Hex episodes on the CW, and I bet you it was still better than that fucking movie.
the thing that bothered me about Morbius was just the CGI. It was atrocious. Cabrón. What the
That was
decision
the
they
only thing
made.
that bothered you.
Yeah, really. I could deal with a mediocre story and and having shit chopped up and scenes where you could tell they don't even go together.
Yeah.
Like they tried.
So you
movie
can just
magic.
ignore filmmaking, but
I can. But when something visually is like dick slapping me in the face, I can't deal with it. Like I can't.
That's fair.
Like I just can't. I really can't. There was that one scene, the one scene that stands out. I'll end here. Where like he transforms, or like there's no story context for vampires living in their world. That's what makes Michael Morbius. I mean, that's what makes Morbius like stand out, right? He looks like holy shit. He's the first of his kind. He transforms in a interrogation scene, and the two cops go like, all right. Like I'm like,
they go in there. They go in there with holy water. They go in there with holy water. They put it down. He gets hungry and he midway turns, and the guy goes,
"Yo, remember what's his name from Lord of the Rings? Bilbo. When Bilbo does the whole ring thing, like,
like it almost felt like the cop was just gonna be like, "Hey, tati quieto, the fuck are you doing?" Like,
but it looks like it's flat out like looks like one of those scenes where they stitched one scene together with another scene and they thought nobody would notice. Like, it mixes, it works. Anyway, wrap it up, Nick.
Yeah, we're wrapping it. Wrap that shit up, B. We're wrapping this shit up.
Mike Laurie's falling asleep over there. Orengo got nothing to say, so keep it moving.
I haven't seen Morbius. I'm sorry.
I thought you saw it.
No. I was like, I know I'm not gonna see this, so
no, he lied. That's what happened. He just wanted to, yeah.
Oh no, you know what I did see? I saw the post credit.
Exacto.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yes.
It's okay though because
again, when you have prior knowledge.
Time out. I don't know if this is true, but if you guys want to laugh even more before we leave, supposedly in the digital release, they took out Michael Keaton's reference to Spider-Man in that scene.
No.
Yeah, I got him. They edited even more. They butchered it even more. Now he comes out, but he doesn't mention Spider-Man. So I'm like, better. So in the end, he's basically gonna fly out and he meets Michael Morbius, and then he's like, sup? Like, because literally the last 5 seconds of like, we gotta go get Spider-Man. Wasn't it something like that along those lines?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was.
He said something like, "Oh, this is because of Spidey," or "I have a feeling it's because of Spidey." So
I think Spider-Man is involved in this. We should see that, bro.
Again, this is the type of thing where I say the curse is having prior knowledge of the universe, because there were people in the movie theater, just like my fucking pops, that was like, "Oh shit, that's the Vulture from Spider-Man." Oh, they're gonna get together. He got mad hyped. He got mad excited. He got mad. We saw that, and we were all like this. How does this make sense for normies? It doesn't need to make sense. He just there we go, son. He's going in.
Those were the how much did Doctor Strange make?
Cabrón, it's 800 million by now.
Well, there you go. Those are the $800 million that went to go see Doctor Strange. Cabrón. The people that are just like, who gives a fuck? It's like, it's something I recognize.
I'll be honest. Some people were probably expecting Morbius to show up in the fucking movie.
You know how many people? Don't really know? I mean, don't really know the difference between Marvel and DC? Come on, I told you when I went to see Infinity War and Nick Fury drops the fucking beeper and it's Captain Marvel, cabrón, I told you. My sister-in-law was like, Wonder Woman. Oh shit! Like, realistic.
Didi, if you're watching this, I would have fucking walked straight away from you that day. The Wonder Woman shit, I just would have picked up my popcorn and left. Like I would have just, I would have made you walk home, Didi. I was
like, fucking peasant.
I get you. They just see it. They just fucking, they don't care. It's just for entertainment value. And they're like, oh yeah, that the Vulture and the Morbius. And then look, I made a meme like 2 weeks ago donde it was a Morbius screenshot, pero parecía que fue sacado del theater. Y abajo decía, get morbed Scarlet Witch. And some people were like, I didn't see that in the movie. When was that?
It was deleted. It was cut.
Cabrón, hay gente que se comió el cuento pensando que pasó. Unironically, because I was like siguiendo el chiste, but they didn't keep the joke. They were like, no, but really, when was the scene shown? I don't remember this.
I got up to pee, so maybe
Exactly.
like, I
Maybe
got
it was there. I need to see Morbius again.
Let somebody do some really good CGI and put like fucking Patterson on one of the seats instead of Black Bolt and the Illuminati.
Oh, there were pictures like that. There's a Discord full of pictures like that.
Well,
when
you put that,
when the pictures, so as we all know, the day before the movie came out, or the day before you guys saw the screener, I think the I didn't show them to you. You guys didn't see them, but the whole Illuminati scene had already leaked. And we're not talking about like a picture; it was literally footage of the fucking of the screen. So people were taking the footage, freeze framing it, and they were adding like Batman into the scene. They were adding a whole bunch of different people into that scene or whatever. They took even like red carpet pictures, and they were like, "Oh, look who's there!" It's like Robert Pattinson is at the red carpet.
I'm telling you, the normal casual fucking fan that goes to watch this movie just to watch, just to have an escape from day-to-day life, they don't give a flying fuck about if this matches the comic book, if it makes sense. They don't give a fuck. They just want to see crazy shit on the screen.
Exacto. Yeah, which is acceptable. Totally valid.
It's only valid because you saw Alvin and the Chipmunks
on that fucking.
Now
people should go see that one.
Actually, Chip and Dale.
No, también Alvin and the Chipmunks. Let's go. All three of them. Let's go.
Chipmunks. I was like, what the?
I said now. He said. I said Orengo says now it's acceptable because since he saw Chip and Dale, he knows that's gonna get thrown in his face.
Exacto. Estamos bien.
Before we leave, are you looking forward to that movie, Mike Laurie?
No, yeah, absolutely.
He's gone.
Yo, he's like, I saw that movie already, bro. I saw that shit today. I'm watching it right now, Kyle.
I'm watching it right now.
And you're Dale, Kyle. All three of you.
He's like, I'm so high, I'm seeing cameos galore right now.
He's like, I could have swore, Kyle, there was a Hellboy next to you. Like, I don't even fucking know what's happening.
It's crazy. I saw Alfred Hitchcock cameo as well. It's nuts.
Are you gonna see it? Jordan?
Absolutely. It looks hilarious.
All right. Tell everybody where you can find yourselves.
Shit! Wow. This nigga skipped the beat and took my job. Well, watch out.
Sí, papi, para carajo, ya está diciendo wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Gotcha. That's it.
I can make heavy jokes. I just don't want to draw battle lines. Let's keep moving. Mike Laurie, let them know where they can find you
on Instagram under Jordan Santa Cana.
Nice, Santa Cana. All right. Orengo.
You can find me here with you guys, también Cine Nerds. You can also find me in the Movie Guy and Cinema Podcast, and in Subtitles Required.
You should just say everything everywhere.
Everything everywhere. All at once.
Where can they find you? Everything.
Not all at once because it's not possible, but everything everywhere for sure.
You could make it work. We could make it work.
We could try.
Just pre-record shit. Pre-record all 5 of them and just put them on the same day.
I've seen you jump.
Just have fake reactions and shit.
I've seen you jump from one podcast to another. Literally, I finish one and jump into another one. So
yeah, I've done that. Seriously, I've done that.
Anyway, this guy over here, Lex, where can they find? No, I'm kidding. You can find.
You can find me on this channel working under Miguel now. I guess
that's how it works.
You can find me here exclusively.
You know what it
XP
is?
in Ridgeport. And after school, don't kill my fucking outro. God damn it, bro.
You got a little power because you was in the wrong position. I had to put you back.
Anyway, you can find me here exclusively on XP in Ridgeport and the After School Club.
Yes, you can find the After School Club every Wednesday. Well, not Facebook right now for the time being, but you can find us on Twitch and YouTube. You can find our content on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and some of the posts on Facebook. We will see you again next Wednesday for another episode of the After School Club. And until then, it is deuces, everybody. Have a good night.